From the 41-yard line, inside Gibbs. Gibbs going to try to bounce it to the outside. Andrew Van Ginkel stretched it out. It's a loss of a couple against this good Minnesota defense.
Jonathan Grenard, Hiram High School.
Harrison Phillips, Stanford.
Jonathan Bull, Florida.
Andrew Van Ginkel, Wisconsin.
Blake Cashman, Minnesota.
Ivan Pace Jr., Cincinnati.
Stefan Gilmore, South Carolina.
Joshua Metellus, Charles W.
Hitman, Patrons Wood Gym.
Cam Bynum, Corona Centennial High School.
Byron Murphy, UW.
He's Pro Bowl bound coming into this week. No defense forced more turnovers. They're third in sacks, fourth in points allowed. It's a terrific matchup. Lions O against the Vikings D. Again, Gibbs running inside. Harrison Phillips, captain as Stanford, was in there to make the stop. It'll be third down and about 8 for the Lions. There is the takeaway story. As I say, came into the game this week #1 with the action that's already happened. They're backed off to tied for third. But every game, Chris, they get their hands on the ball.
They do indeed, and we get to see little dances afterwards.
They celebrate unlike any other team. If they get one, I'm sure you'll see it. Again, empty backfield on third down. 3rd and 8, the Lions going to run it here. Gibbs that time not going to get away from Jonathan Grenard. Pro Bowl bound edge rusher. Free agent acquisition from Houston. Having a great year. And after one first down, Detroit will punt.
Well, we see some of the pass rushing moves here. Going to come over and try and block him. He's going to duck back inside and still have the speed to go out and around and make that play against one of the fastest players in the National Football League.
Oh, I saw we're wearing the black knees too.
Really built around these two edge players, Andrew Van Ginkel and Jonathan Grenard.
Jack Fox did not punt last week against San Francisco. It's the 3rd game this year he hasn't punted. When he does, he's very good. He's the Pro Bowl punter in the NFC. Kicks to Brandon Powell. He's going to bring it in at the 9-yard line. A little bit of space. Goes down shy of the 15-yard line. That's the long snapper, Hogan Hatton, down there.
Hogan Hatton.
Sam Darnold set to come on the field. And now, an invitation from Verizon to a Super Bowl experience right on your home field.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. McCaffrey looking lost.
Hey, I'm looking for a one. Could you point me aisle 27?
Find what you need faster with the Lowe's app.
Get ready for an all-new season of backstabbing and money grabbing in the ultimate murder mystery game. It's the Emmy-winning competition show, The Traitors. It returns January 9th, only on Peacock. Look at Campus Marsh's Park. Beautiful skating rink, the tree up, back into the holiday season, and the noise up inside as the Vikings offense is on the field, starting at their own 14.
Come on, Detroit's defense, dude. But if there was a time we need y'all to step the fuck up, now is the time.
Jones is the back. He's got the handoff from Sam Darnold's got a big opening up the middle, and a gain of 8 right away for Sam Darnold from San Clemente, California. Bunch of stops along the way, and here he is now with the Vikings. 14 wins, first quarterback to win 14 in his first season with his new team. Look at all those career highs and top fives for the number 3 overall pick by the Jets. Hit there as he throws. It's complete. The former Lion first-round draft pick, T.J. Hawkinson, has it at the 30, and it's a Viking first down.
Well, we talked about it. Here comes the blitz all the way across the board, and for the Detroit Lions,
hey, we got
they're going to
Anzalone
try
back.
and get some hits on Darnold. They are going to be willing to give up some throws, give up some plays, even give up some big plays. They don't feel like, with the condition this defense is in right now, they can simply sit back, play zone defenses, stop the run and the pass.
Detroit did get Alex Anzalone back for this game. He's on the field. Intro you to the lineups as we get going. Darnold looks to throw. He's got it in the hands of Justin Jefferson, spinning around the 35.
That ball out, dude.
He's stopped there. Here's the Minnesota offense.
Sheesh.
Sam Darnold, USC. Aaron Jones, El Paso, Texas.
Justin Jefferson, LSU.
Fuck you,
Jordan
Justin Jefferson.
Pitt, USC. Jalen Naylor.
Fuck all these kids. Except for him. He played for Michigan State.
Iowa. Cam Robinson, Alabama. Blake Randall, Oregon State University.
Garrett Bradbury, NC State. Dalton Reisner, Kansas
Except for he left for Michigan State 5 more year.
This offensive line starting its 8th consecutive game altogether. Minnesota top 5 passing offense. Running it with Aaron Jones to the right, and there is Anzalone, the linebacker. He's been out of the lineup after breaking his left arm week 11. One of the 2 on the stoppage.
He broke his, I didn't know that.
A yard and a half.
I knew he was injured right as he broke his arm.
What's going through his mind right now, because you don't really play real football until you get out here in the game, and then you get out here and it's this game, and it's this moment, and it's this possibility for both of these teams to be the number 1 seed.
Come on, Detroit's defense. Let's go, baby. Step up.
Quick count. Darnold out. Jones got it. First down. Out of the backfield. Jack Campbell comes across to stop him.
That was the opposite of stepping up, baby.
A couple of first downs in the opening drive here for the Vikings.
You know, Aaron Jones is sort of the other guy, right? We were talking about Josh Jacobs, and he comes to Green Bay, and Aaron Jones comes over here, and he has just been sensational for this football team. Not only do they love him in the locker room, he's one of those guys that not just running the football as a receiver, a complete threat, really 5 wide receivers out there that can catch the ball with him in the backfield.
Come on, Detroit.
The 42, toss inside, gets away from a couple of tackles, and to the 48-yard line against this depleted Detroit defense.
Joshua Pascal, Kentucky.
Levi Onwuzurike, Washington. DJ Reader, Grimsley High School.
Zadarius Smith, Kentucky.
Jack Campbell, Iowa.
Alex Anzalone, father of 2.
Amik Robertson,
father of
Louisiana Tech.
Brian Brett, Alabama. Ifeatu Malafano, Syracuse.
Kirby Joseph, West Orlando, Florida.
Terrion Arnold, Alabama.
They still have 12 defensive players on injured reserve. 2nd and 4. 2nd and 9. First time tonight, we hear.
Let's go. Get hype, dude. Hype up them people. I love that. I love, dude. Vikings get called for a penalty, and you just see the defensive player just like let's go. Let's go. Get hype.
That's where you go. Wasn't my fault then. Maybe a half tick late on the snap there. And now you're sitting here wondering, like, why are they going to this no-huddle offense? You know, you've got the guy back in the lineup, and Alex Anzalone, who's typically the green dot, makes all the calls out there, and yet it's been Jack Campbell in that role. So you just wonder if they're going to try and push the communication. Listen how loud it is. It impacts Detroit's defense as much as this offense.
Cam Akers now the back. Darnold scanning. Hit late as he
Let's go!
Incomplete.
Let's go, Detroit. Come on. One more fucking play, baby.
It was Campbell, the guy who they drafted a couple of years ago in the first round, took over that communication you mentioned, Chris. He was the late rusher.
One more play, baby. One more play.
Right here, he's going to drift probably in coverage.
Yeah, he didn't actually rush.
Once he believes he's blocking, then he's going to cut.
Watch
loose.
the second the guy went.
Big shot.
Oh no, he did. Never mind. Oh, it was Campbell. I was going to Anzalone during the play. Never mind.
Him going down on hits multiple times here tonight.
Third down.
Come on, Detroit. One fucking play. We got this, baby. We got this, baby. Come on, one play, baby. Come on.
Lions bringing 4. Darnold protected and throws for Hawkinson.
Ah, he dropped it. Fuck you, pussy.
Trying to get it to his tight end. Anzalone following in coverage. And
let's
go.
go.
First downs for Minnesota. They'll have to punch it away.
But that coverage was good by Anzalone. He definitely is adding another element now to this defense that they needed. If they're going to go out and play some of this 2-man coverage with deep help and linebacker coverage underneath, they needed his athleticism back on the field.
Ryan Wright, the punter, has not had a good season in terms of net punting yardage. He's had 1 block. Khalif Raymond back deep to receive for Detroit. Raymond under a 49-yard kick, took it at the nah. So good, making the first man miss. Return to the 22-yard line. Picked up 13.
Leave.
Everybody around the country, very interested in what I'm going to say, because when we come back, not only the next drive, but we'll have the schedule for Wild Card Weekend next weekend.
Settle for less.
I do.
When you can have the real deal. Applebee's really big meal deal for only $9.99. Choose our new juicy hand-breaded Big Cluckin' chicken sandwich. Or the stacked classic bacon cheeseburger, plus endless fries and drinks. All for just $9.99. Applebee's really big meal deal. We're eating good in the neighborhood.
All right, here we go. Schedule for Wild Card Weekend powered by Verizon. I'll start at the bottom because these are the teams playing tonight. The loser tonight will go to L.A. to play the Rams. That's going to be on ESPN and ABC on Monday night. Back to the top. AFC Saturday. Chargers, Texans early on CBS. Steelers, Ravens on Prime Video at 8 Eastern. Sunday, the AFC wraps up with Denver, Buffalo on CBS. Then the NFC playoffs begin. Packers, Eagles, 4:30 on Fox. Our team will be in Tampa to watch Jaden Daniels and the Commanders take on the NFC South champion Buccaneers. And as we said, the 4-5 loser of this game will play against Los Angeles. So that's either Kevin O'Connell against Sean McVay, where he was before he got to Minnesota, or a rematch of last year's wildcard game, and Goff and Stafford that we opened the season with on Sunday Night Football.
That is a great lineup.
Isn't that good?
Just another reason to never leave the couch.
And why are you smiling so much?
Short drive instead of a long flight.
Exactly. Geography wins from a partner. That'll be great. Look forward to it. Next Sunday night, Commanders and Bucks in the playoffs. Drive 2 for the Lions. It is Gibbs working inside and spinning around. Jahmyr Gibbs gets to the 26-yard line. So, Chris, it has been a lot of Gibbs here in this first couple of series for Detroit.
Well, and Minnesota's dictating that to some extent because they're leaving those 2 safeties deep. And the Detroit Lions, they feel like they can run the football on anybody. But this is a very good run defense that Minnesota has. And so I think as long as they're sort of handing off for 4 or 5 yards, Vikings are probably just fine with that. There they are again, back deep.
Second and 6. Goff scanning, throws inside. It's
Hey,
complete.
first down, baby.
He's got his star tight end, Sam Laporta, with Andrew Van Ginkel on the tackle. Down to Melissa.
Mike, I spoke to David Montgomery pregame. He tore his right MCL in week 15, did not require surgery. He went through a full workout for the first time yesterday. And Dan Campbell told us he was anxious to see how David did, especially change of direction, acceleration drills. He told me it was the best he felt since the injury. I asked if he'll be back next week. He flashed a big smile and said, I'm excited. I'll just say that.
Well, so that's big news. He is not on injured reserve, just has been inactive in these games. So the Lions might get the other half of their terrific running combo. Sonic and Knuckles. That's the Sonic, and he got more than Knuckles. He got popped by Grenard and Ward, who we've called a couple of times in this opening quarter.
That was a right there. That was a lot more than just a little bit of Knuckles. But I think that we are seeing now what both teams are trying to do. They're trying to do a few jabs. They're trying to establish a little bit with the run. Remember, both these quarterbacks have 60 passes of over 20 yards this season. Tied for #1 in the NFL. They're setting the deck. Something over the top's coming.
St. Brown was the motion man.
Here it comes, baby. Let's go, Amon-Ra. Let's go, baby. First down. Let's go.
First down and a gain of 26.
First of all, when you have speed going down the middle like that, it's easier to get in behind. And because they've been running the football so much,
first down, Detroit.
Stepping up and creating those alleys in behind.
Goff back to the air, nothing open.
Get rid of it.
Just throws it incomplete in the direction of Craig Reynolds, who's been in the last 2 snaps to give Gibbs a break.
Yeah, and we talked about the pass rushers of the Minnesota Vikings, but if the Detroit Lions pass protection is like that all night, we are going to see some really big plays down the field. I think that at the end of this night, we're going to write a story of who better protected their quarterback in this game, because both of these teams, they want to hold on to the ball if they can and work it down the field.
Second and 10. Goff throwing inside.
Good throw.
It's complete.
Oh, yeah.
To Laporta again.
Oh, yeah. Pick up of like solid 7 yards, something like that. Maybe 8 almost.
Vikings tight end
Oh, yeah, I did.
Gets the pickup of 7. 3rd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, nice job there. You're going to see Blake Cashman coming on a blitz right here. And so the void in the zone is going to be right there. So Jared Goff just very calmly said, okay, I see you coming. I'll take right where you were. Thank you very much.
Lions are in field goal range. Jake Bates, their outstanding rookie kicker, has made him from the mid-50s this season. It would be about 56 yards from here.
If they don't go for it on 4th down.
That's exactly right. That's, as is their want the last 3 years.
And they're almost in field goal range.
3rd and 2. And the timeout taken here.
By... Oh.
Before the delay of game, timeout, Detroit. It's a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I think I
talk about the offensive line. Detroit, #1 in the league, 33.3 points, 410 yards. A veteran offensive line, especially with the guy on the right side, Penei Sewell, may be as good as at his position as anyone is in the NFL.
And they have more plays in for their right tackle than any team I've ever seen in history. I mean, a week ago they had gaps in the offensive line. He would shift in motion over the other side. They let him run a blind sweep around back the other way, fake it. It's insane.
What's up, buddy?
He's an offensive lineman, but he's that kind of athlete. And when you have something like that, why not put it on film? Let the other team worry about what we might do with it.
And the Pro Bowler on the other side of the line, Jonathan Grenard, told us, if they're putting trick plays for you as a right tackle, you must dominate your position.
Be pretty good.
Craig Reynolds, the back, 3rd and 2 for Detroit. Second drive for the Lions tonight. Laporta in motion, it's Reynolds bouncing to the right. Got the first down, but a flag is down. Looked like there was a hold at the point as he turned the corner.
God damn it.
Holding. Offense. Number 71. 10-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
It's on the right guard, Kevin Zeitler.
Josh Metellus was the guy coming up on the edge, and as Zeitler pulled around, wasn't quite able to get that angle, and you can see the hook right there on the shoulder pads is exactly what they saw. Right on top, right there. And mark it back.
And back out of field goal range in 3rd and 12. Jameer Gibbs
Now
comes
we're
back in the
definitely
game
going
for
for it on
Detroit.
fourth down right now. Well, I'm honest with you.
All 3 pass rushers in the game now as well. Dallas Turner.
We studied together too much this week, didn't we? St. Brown in motion. Pressure comes to the Vikings. Goff throws. It is caught. Couldn't get out of the tackle.
It's okay. This is fourth down territory.
9-yard line. So field goal from here is 57
No, they're going for
yards.
it. They're going for it all day. I can already tell you.
Bates has made them from that far this year, and the Lions will line up to go for it.
Do you think they even asked Dan?
Probably not.
I'm not
Probably
sure they do.
Knows the drill.
Yeah, across midfield.
There you see, not only are the Lions obviously proficient in going for it, the Vikings have faced a lot, and they've been terrific this year, stopping fourth downs. Look at all the confusion they're showing Goff. 4th and 5. Unblocked man coming.
Woo!
Got it to Jamison Williams. First down.
Ooh, and he popped that motherfucker. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go, J-Mo.
Gain of 14. Goff hanging in against the pressure.
Dude, show us that head again, dude. J-Mo
So you're going to
popped
see
that guy as he went out of bounds.
Blitz back here. So the object is to get rid of the ball before they get you. That's all the game is. There's nobody to block him. That's it.
Oh, I want to see the hit at the end, dude. I'm telling you.
Take your shot, grimace a little. Remember, you're getting a lot of money to do
Wait.
this.
Oh, did they just show it,
down
dude?
the field on 4th down.
Does that help the pain go away?
Always.
Okay. The 25. Gibbs got an opening.
Gone. He's gone. Touchdown. Let's go, Detroit. Holy shit, that guy's fast. That was insane. Holy shit. Jameer Gibbs is fast.
You're going to get the lead block right there, but watch how Gibbs does this. He's going to pretend he's going there, but he all along knew where he was going. Watch him set this up. Go. And now it's a foot race, and nobody's beating this guy in a foot race.
Ties a team record. Touchdown number 17 total this year. 14 on the ground, 3 receiving. Bates with the extra point.
Go.
Jameer Gibbs tied for second.
Detroit versus the world, baby.
Opening score, what many think will be a shootout, is a big hit. 25 yards for number 26. 7-0 Lions.
Now Taxes is getting the TurboTax app. And filing your taxes yourself, 100% free.
I'm sorry. I think I'm sorry. It's really...
Oh!
She's dancing on him. She's dancing on him.
Oh
Oh, please.
What's up, Spartan Swag?
My God.
Knocking boys. That was some of your best work, Janelle. Their morale is broken.
Where are we going?
What do you think?
4-kill game. BBX in the lead though. 40 to 44. 41. Yeah, this is a huge turning point. (44, 42, 43). 1-kill game, tie game.
No, this game's coming down to the wire.
in control.
Tonight's 4K Skycam coverage is brought to you by Walmart Plus. Folks aren't going to sit much tonight. They're actually on their feet as Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey!
Their NBA championship was introduced to the crowd. 7-0.
Remember Chauncey Billups, dude? He was a hell of a point guard for Detroit.
Jared Goff sitting next to Teddy Bridgewater on the side. There's
That's Chauncey.
Billups, as he was announced by the PA announcer for the
I used to use him in like 2K.
NBA coach as well. Terrific player over his years. Talking about a guy who wanted the ball in big moments. Chauncey Billups played in games like this. A lot on the line. Number 1 seed in the NFC on the line here tonight. Bates with a twirling kick. They'll go into the end zone, hitting inside the target zone, and then going to the back. This look at the Lions' banged-up defense is brought to you by Bud Light. The resolutions for this year, everybody says, I'm going to get healthy. Man, the Lions need to. 16 on injured reserve. That's with getting a few people back. Most in the NFL tied for it on the defensive side. When they were healthy, they were much improved on defense. But since, when the injuries have set in, not so much. The big injury was Aiden Hutchinson, their outstanding edge rusher who had that nasty leg injury in Dallas in week 7. There he is. 7.5 sacks. He's still their leading sack guy by 4.
That's crazy.
How they haven't had any pass rush. This drive starts at the 20.
Speaking of no pass rush,
and Darnold,
and he took the sack. He took the sack.
Darius Smith, who they traded for after the injury to Hutchinson, comes up with the sack.
Let's go.
Don't know
Massive.
where they'd be without Zadarius Smith right now. Traded from Cleveland, and he's come over and filled in the gap. Aiden Hutchinson still leads this team in sacks, and he hasn't played since October. And you think about, all right, we're going to get somebody out there. Who can we possibly get? That's his 4th sack.
What's up, buddy?
Since coming over 9
What's
on
up,
the
buddy?
season when you combine the two teams.
What's up, buddy?
Ball to 17. Play clock running down. Delay a game. Not called. Darnold out of his own end zone. Swings it out. Aaron Jones with some room on the edge to the 12-yard line.
Going? How's it going, little kitty man?
I tell you, so far you have to give Aaron Glenn credit. He knew, like, we haven't been talking about the Vikings wide receivers, right? You're going to play man coverage. It scares you to death to even think about that. And he goes, I don't care. Going after them. We're going to see if we can go get their quarterback. And if anything with Sam Darnold, he does hold the ball a bit. He wants to see it. There will be opportunities, but they will not stop blitzing.
I'm editing myself on the play clock. That thing's set on 0 for about a second and a half.
Don't do that. Don't edit yourself.
3rd and 18. That one off in time. Lions bring pressure. Darnold well protected. In the middle, just too tall.
Yes,
Hawkinson.
he was open. That guy was
had a
fucking
chance
open.
to hit Hawkinson as they picked up the pressure, but it's a quick 3 and out for Kevin O'Connell's offense.
So far it's working, and TJ Hawkinson, of course, he was injured in the game against the Lions.
He was so close to getting that.
Nobody there, but Kirby Joseph.
He would have just jumped. I think he jumped a little too soon, to be honest.
On him. You don't know if that lives somewhere in the recesses of your mind or not.
What are you
First
doing?
time this year, Minnesota punts on its first 2 possessions. This is a beauty by Wright.
Damn, that was a hell of a punt.
31. Trying to set up the blocking to the right. Not going to get there.
Hell of a punt and terrible return.
Across the field by Theo Jackson as we get to the end of the first quarter. In the battle for the number 1 seed in the NFC. Each team had it twice. Detroit scored once and leads 7-0. And time now for our Peacock exclusive Geico in-game update. As we settle in here a little bit, what have you picked up on the game plans from each side?
Well, so far, Detroit defensively is getting the job done. Everybody who talked about this game, what they say? Oh, it's going to be 45 to 42, one of those kind of games. And so far, we've seen the defense, the much maligned, the injured, all those things, and Detroit is getting it done on the defensive end. They're getting those hits on Darnold. It's exactly what they wanted to do.
Melissa gave us the David Montgomery update. Jahmyr Gibbs has seen much more action and is getting a lot more attention. And Chris, he's moving himself quickly up to the best back in the league category.
He really is, and you can tell kind of by talking to defenders, right?
Right.
They're getting ready to play him. They go, yeah, he's one of those guys, you know. You think you've got a handle on him. And sometimes it's the little swing passes or a screen pass or the simple little runs that don't look like much, like the one he just took out there and breaks for 30.
Yeah, had that breaks for the touchdown, the only score of this first quarter. Lions getting the ball, leading 7-0 here in this battle. Winner gets the 1 seed.
Come on, Detroit, dude. Could you imagine we go down the field and we score another fucking touchdown? Oh my God.
After this message,
we need it.
From Geico.
We need it. It's gotta happen.
Back in Detroit with Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. Kevin, 2 drives, 2 punts. How do you get the offense going?
Yeah, we were able to get off to a good start on the first drive, and then we had a penalty that set us back, and then a 1st and 10 starting the drive sack. Got to find a way to either get that ball thrown or put it in play. We'll settle in here. Had a chance to TJ on that first drive on 3rd down. I think our offense will be in a good place. Defense will go out and get a stop right now. We'll be all right.
All right, Kevin, appreciate it.
Always enjoy visiting the now 39-year-old head coach of the Vikings. So great in 1-score games, 26-9 here in his first 3 years. Games are tight. Vikings often find a way to get it done. And the Lions, false start to match Minnesota's from earlier.
False start, number 58, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Give that one to Penei Sewell.
And let's set this defense a little bit for the Minnesota Vikings. As you look at them on the back end, this is a defense that has 3 very good safeties, and that's their base defense, with Josh Metellus in the slot playing that position quite a bit.
Inside give 1st and 15. It is Gibbs, who's banged down at the 29. Pickup of just 3 yards for the second-year back out of Alabama that was taken in the first round.
The blur. Yes, he's just the blur. The one thing that we saw in the first game, though, was that Jonathan Grenard had some success. As a matter of fact, the entire pass rush of the Minnesota Vikings had more success against the Detroit Lions than any other team rushing the passer, and yet Jared Goff still picked them apart.
2nd and 12. Get to the backfield. Huge hit by Van Ginkel.
I missed it.
And the man has been so much a part of this offense. Gibbs does bounce up and come over to the sideline. He'll be checked out. What a shot by Van Ginkel.
And if you want to know how an edge player can have 2 pick sixes on the season, this is it. He just anticipates this. And I'm telling
did
you,
rock
when
Jahmyr.
you take a shot like
fuck.
this early in a game, it hangs around. I don't care how tough a guy you are. That hangs around.
I don't know how he hung on to the ball. Loss of 8, 3rd and long. Goff in trouble. Grenard brings him down. Leads the team. 12 sacks. He had 12 and a half in Houston last year. What a free.
It's all right. We're still up by a touchdown.
For the Vikings.
It's the same
no harm, no foul. That really does suck, though.
Laporta's going to take a shot at him first, and then they're going to come right back.
We really need to take more
Decker,
advantage of that, but
neither one could stop him. He has been some player. He's the A pass rusher. They set up all their exotics to him.
Jack Fox kicks it. 36 yards, tough to catch. Brandon Powell brought it in, returned it 6.
Not the best
midfield, so the net is 40 yards. And Minnesota's got great field position, athletic training staff. Check it on Jahmyr Gibbs after Andrew Van Ginkel had
let
the
him
hit
the
of the
fuck
week.
up. Not even gonna lie.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Hyundai. There's joy in every journey. And by Fioza. Visit Fioza.com to learn more. Well, we've learned a lot about these quarterbacks over the years. As we mentioned, both Californians, both not in the place where they were drafted. They've had to take a different route to this historic game tonight, this battle of 14-win teams. And Sam Darnold's story started in this building. His first game after being the number 3 overall pick with the Jets was against Matt Patricia and the Detroit Lions, who were picked 6 on his first pass, but he came back to win the game, had success, but as most of you know, the years in New York, the first 3 years of his career, not very good, 13 and 25. Best field position for Darnold and the Vikings at midfield, and Cam Akers, Chris, only for a yard. And take his seasons, Jets, Carolina, last year, the one game he played in San Francisco, and compare it to his previous career highs and this year. Why the success this season?
Well, I think that they've built a system around him, and he has a little bit of a quarterback whisperer in his helmet as well that has been helping all the way up to the snap.
2nd and 9. Darnold throws inside the middle. It's caught by Josh Oliver. He's got a first down, big hit on Oliver at the 36-yard line by Brian Branch. May have been high as he took that shot.
There's a flag
it's
now.
A first down for the Vikings. See, we have a flag down back in the secondary.
Illegal contact. Defense number 21. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Brad Rogers got twisted the wrong way as he made
21. That guy?
Here you see the shot what Hawkinson was looking for right away.
Yeah, but that was the protection that Darnold's been looking for. I'll bet you held that ball 3.5 seconds, and when Darnold can get into that range, and we haven't even seen Jefferson, we haven't seen Jordan Addison yet. They need to engage those players.
Just one target for Justin Jefferson, one of the best in the business. There's Addison on the edge. What a play off the corner by Amik Robertson.
That was honestly
for him and Chris to be a slot corner.
As good as you can get right there.
With the injuries, he's been doing pretty well.
Maybe the most significant guy on the defense right now because he's being asked to move to outside cornerback. They bring Brian Branch back into the slot because of injuries.
2nd and 10, Jefferson top of the screen. Darnold going the other way, going down the middle for Addison, incomplete. It's Terrion Arnold, the rookie first-round pick out of Alabama, running with the 2nd-year star Addison.
Great coverage that time by Arnold, but this is an all-out blitz. Watch the protection here. It's absolutely perfect. As an offense, when you get 6 rushers and they don't hit your quarterback, your wide receivers have to win down the field. That has to be a touchdown right there when that offensive line gets that job done.
3rd and 10.
I don't really think they're in field goal range quite yet. They're close.
And on 0, they let it go. Late pressure, Darnold hit as he throws. Caught by Jefferson inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. What a job by Darnold hanging in there. Jefferson brings it in.
Really fantastic. You're going to see all the way down the middle, and did that play clock. You could see Anzalone jumping up and down and going, they're late, they're late, they're late. But 2 plays in a row, they come with that kind of pressure, and they go 1 for 2, which is about all I guess you have to do with Justin Jefferson.
That's right about at the limit where they let the play clock go. When it hits 0, back judge looks down, see if the ball's still there. So there's a lag of about a half second. That one was good. 1st and goal inside the 5. Akers with the run for 2.
Strip that ball, dude.
The 3-yard line. The Lions secondary. Joseph and Branch and Arnold are over there.
Yeah, I know you're not crazy about that rule, and neither am I. It seems simpler to me.
Yes.
To play by the rules. If it hits 0, it's a penalty. But Terry, I know, will chew us out, so we'll hit this another time.
Terry McCauley, our rules analyst in the studio. Sure we'll hear from him before the night's over. 2nd and goal. In a different formation here for Minnesota with Jefferson in the backfield. And a reset of the play clock. Let's see, are they respotting the ball? Is that why?
But that's not what you want if you're Kevin O'Connell, because
please reset the game clock to 10:25. 10:25, put the play clock at the 25 mark, and it started on my ready.
Because now the Lions got a chance to think about Justin Jefferson in the backfield.
Go the quick snap. Darnold, nothing open, first look, throws it away. As he escaped the pocket, the Lions had it covered. It'll bring up 3rd and goal.
See what I mean, though?
Yes, exactly.
Right out there, instead of them getting a chance to get to the line of scrimmage and run this play, clearly it was the Jefferson in the flat. They switched to a zone defense, and they got it covered. So, yes, the officials had to step in there, but it was to the advantage of the Lions.
For Hawkinson. See if he'll kick the field goal or go for the touchdown down here. Big stakes game.
Go for it, you pussies.
Feel like you got to match the Detroit offense with touchdowns? For the moment, O'Connell's calling in a play, and so is Aaron Glenn.
And I think it's right. And part of the math of this whole equation is you have to consider, even if you fail, you're going to leave it on the 3-yard line.
They've only gone for it 10 times on 4th down this entire season.
Detroit goes for it 10 times on 4th down a game.
Alone to the bottom of the screen. Darnold scanning, looking, throwing.
Let's go!
And the Lions defense holds. Jefferson wants a flag on Robertson.
What are you doing, kitty?
The big play to Jefferson got him down to the 5. 3 cracks from the 3. And this much maligned of late Detroit defense comes up with the red zone stop. 7-0 Detroit. And Lions ball as they stop Darnold. Tonight's SNF sites are provided by Nationwide. A lot of folks' New Year's resolution, get in shape. Great place to do it here, right across the street from the stadium, the Detroit Athletic Club. Been around about 130 years. #1 athletic club in the country for 8 consecutive years. We were over that basketball court early in the season, weren't we?
Goodness, yeah. One of our friends almost made a 3-point shot.
Lions take over at their own 3-yard line. Gibbs is still in the game after that big hit from Van Ginkel and still picking up yards. He got about 5 on that one. Melissa, what they do in the last time they were over at the bench?
Yeah, well, we saw him come off after that big hit, hunched over, immediately sat on the bench, had about a 2-minute conversation with the athletic training staff, no exam. He stood up, twisted a few times, tried to limber up. David Montgomery came over to him, smiled, and put his arm around him. He asked him, "You good?" He said, "I'm straight." So pretty good news for the Lions.
And back in the lineup with that gain of 5. Second and 5, fake to him. Van Ginkel coming in, and Goff tries to get rid of it in the end zone. Let's see what that'll be ruled. Is it an incomplete pass? Was there a receiver in the area? They say yes.
Yes, because it was the missed block.
Intentional grounding in the end zone is a safety, and all the officials making sure that they've got all the information to make the right call here.
Look at Jared Goff. He's like, yep,
Incomplete in the end zone's fine. If it was grounding, it's 2 points.
There is no foul for an intentional grounding. Number 89 was in the area of the pass. It's an incomplete pass. Please reset the game clock to 9 minutes and 31 seconds, please. 9:31. Thank you.
All right, let's see it.
Let's take a look. There's Gibbs right there trying to chase Van Ginkel back, who's crawling on his way up there, and Ivan Pace as well. Kind of lucky here, right? The missed block.
Kind of. I mean.
And right there is a receiver.
Wow. 3rd and 5. The throw is
and the
complete
first down, no way.
First down.
Sometimes it's the plays that don't become disaster plays that are the biggest ones, right? If that is a safety and they're kicking it the other way, this is a completely different looking ball game right now. Huge play there by Goff, whether luck or not.
And maybe there's an eligible guy close enough, but it felt like grounding. That was throwing the ball away.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, it felt like it. Gibbs running inside for a yard. Yeah, I want to look at it one more time and just try to pick up the eligible receivers. Terry McCauley's with us as well. Brock Wright, 89, is the other tight end there. Terry?
Yeah, Mike, he needs to throw it in the direction and vicinity of the receiver. He doesn't throw it in the direction of 89 at all. He's throwing it away from 89. I really believe this should have been a foul for intentional grounding.
And you see Taylor Decker ends up being the body that gets in the way. Gibbs was right next to him. He certainly wasn't throwing it there. Looked like it smelled like grounding. Wasn't called that. Reynolds inside run. Craig Reynolds, one shy of the first down.
Boy Reynolds.
As Ivan Pace.
What are you doing?
There to make the stop along with Cameron Bynum.
I'll say this, though. Jared Goff didn't have a lot of alternatives in that moment.
No, not at all.
It was either take a shot with this and throw it straight in the ground, and he got away with it. So
good
on him.
But you're kind of seeing what's been the difference. Why did Minnesota go from 6 or 7 wins forecast to 14? Well, their free agency acquisitions were awesome, and these 2 edge rushers, Van Ginkel and Grenard, are part of that story.
Throw Blake Cashman into that. Throw Stephon Gilmore and Shaquille Griffin. They got a lot of good players this offseason.
3rd and 1. They'll give it to Reynolds. Not a lot of room.
You got it.
Patiently gets through to get the first down. Greg Reynolds, undrafted free agent from Kutztown State. Division II school, and has found his way in the league the last 5 years.
Yeah, and of course, taking the place of David Montgomery right now. And David Montgomery sort of took a lot of punches off of Jahmyr Gibbs. People would say, "Oh, it's great. Gibbs gets all these extra carries now," but he also gets the extra hits and the extra burden that goes along with it. I'm sure he's going to be the most thrilled one of all when Montgomery comes back.
Number 26. Lions out of the shadow of the goalpost. Again retreating. He's up. Oh, it's intercepted on the deflection by Pace. 3 in his way. He thought he was lofting it to Gibbs, who had a lot of room to run. But Josh Metellus tipped it, and Ivan Pace Jr. comes up with the interception.
Well, that's not what we wanted.
He's going to get his hands on the football, and here we go. So Goff catches one break and not the other. Remember I was telling you about the safety that plays in the slot? He's all over this. Gets his hands up, keeps his balance, and once again on a tip ball, it was Ivan Pace who had a big part of the turnover in that first game between these two, coming up with a big play. They're lucky they kept him out of the end zone.
Reynolds was going to gain 25 yards if he just popped that over, and Pace had the big fumble return.
Damn, that really
touchdown
sucks.
in the first meeting between these teams that put the Vikings ahead.
That definitely
in the
just
fourth quarter.
changed some things.
Minnesota with a takeaway in every game this season.
Come on,
Now has it
defense.
first and goal,
Hold him to a
tie
field
this
goal,
one
dude.
up.
Don't let him tie it. Just hold him to a field goal. God, that was a shitty interception.
Empty backfield. Darnold.
You got all day.
Now he throws to the end zone. That's almost intercepted.
Huge pass breakup. Fucking
Robertson
huge.
almost got his hands on the pass.
Holy
intended
shit,
for
that was
Jefferson.
huge.
Amik Robertson's having one heck of a first half here so far. He's going against arguably one of the best receivers we've ever seen. Going to try to go in and out, and he is all over this. He was also all over the last time they tried to go for it on fourth down.
Fuck yeah. Oh, he should have had
the
that.
experiment, or whatever you want to call it, of Amik Robertson getting moved outside has been an overwhelming success.
Speaking of free agent acquisitions, came over from the Raiders. Second and goal. Play action, Darnold. Now pressure, fires back of the end zone. Jefferson
Nope.
couldn't bring it in. He almost always makes those spectacular catches. That one wasn't 10 on the difficulty scale, but he couldn't bring it in.
That's one Jefferson just makes. I get the feeling he was
Poor guy, 'cause
probably
he caught
thinking
it.
about his feet before the catch, assuming the catch, and it cost him. The guy who's been hot for this team lately and in the red zone too is Jordan Addison. Do you start to look away and see what other option you might have?
Third and goal. Here come the Lions. Darnold firing. Jefferson.
No way.
As Robertson.
He was wide open. Oh my God, thank God.
That is 7 snaps in a row inside the 10. And now Minnesota will try the field goal.
I'm just going to say this, that when you watch Sam Darnold, and when he misses high. And it can be dangerous because those are the balls that gets picked off. And yes, Jefferson maybe should have had that one before, but those could have been better.
Will Reichert is on for a 25-yard field goal for Minnesota's first points of the night. That's a chance from Alabama.
Oh, I thought he missed that. Oh my God.
That upright. He's been out with a quad injury in a good part of November. He's been back, but a little shaky since. The turnover turns into 3, and the Vikings are on the board.
That's honestly okay. I'm not that upset with that. That could have been a hell of a lot worse than what it ended up being. So we take those. We take those all day.
Deal your No Deal Island back with a vengeance. New guests, better egos, way bigger twists. And the biggest deal in TV history. It's Deal or No Deal Island, Tuesday, 8, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock. Ambassador Bridge, one of a couple of ways to take you from downtown Detroit over to Windsor in Canada. 7-3. The Lions lead this battle for the #1 seed. Winner of this game gets a bye and is off next week. And the road to the playoff comes through either here or U.S. Bank in Minneapolis. The losers bound for L.A. to play the Rams in the wild card game on Monday night.
Mike, in most situations, if this Lions defense had played like this, the Lions would have been up 3 touchdowns.
Kick. They have hit in the target zone, so it might come back to the 20-yard line. Either way, it's a touchback. You talk about this Lions offense, Chris. Here's why you're bringing that point up. This Lions offense has roared, and who better to take you through it than the greatest of all the Lions, Barry Sanders, 33.3 points per game. First time leading the NFL in 70 years. And coming into this week, 6 times they've scored 40 or more. That ties an NFL record. And coming into this week, plus 200 in the point differential. Best in team history. Like that guy, best in team history. Hall of Famer Barry Sanders. Some pretty high-end help we get for the stats.
Man, there goes the budget.
From the 30, Goff
There goes the budget.
gets it complete. Stop Tim Patrick for a gain of 8.
He fell. He definitely could have kept going.
A lot of it's Goff. A lot of it's Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator.
That's a bummer.
Everybody who's looking for a head coach wants to knock on his door and say hello.
Yeah, and this one you might want Terry Glenn too. This is a situation with the Detroit Lions and what they've been able to do out here with their defensive side with Aaron has been just sensational. Everybody thought this was going to be close to 100 points in a game out here, and these guys have just gotten it done. I don't know how much.
Let's go, Amon-Ra.
The edge pressure was picked up there, and St. Brown takes it to the 49-yard line. And Chris, it's Jahmyr Gibbs that time, trying to take care of some of the Minnesota pressure.
Yes, he did, coming right off the edge over here. And you don't really expect him to be that kind of pass protector, but good enough. And Goff able to get that ball out of there. But this has been a game, like the first one, where Goff has taken a lot of pressure over.
Off 11-14, they'll run it inside, and Harrison Phillips, captain on this defense, played his college ball at Stanford, brings down Gibbs after a gain of 3.
It's exciting, though, because you still get the feeling that it's about the pop, right? You can only play man coverage against Justin Jefferson and the receivers on the Minnesota Vikings for so long, but they've got to start hitting them. They've got to start hitting the big plays.
Vikings territory, Gibbs with a run. Good tackle, otherwise he was going, and it was pace one more time. Second year out of Cincinnati. He was a conference defensive player of the year, but undrafted. And Chris, he has looked good in his first few years here in the league.
Yeah, and that's what made the signing of Blake Cashman so important. Cashman is the guy that can go in coverage, and what they want to do with Ivan Pace, let him do what he does best, which is come forward, put pressure on the quarterback, and make big plays that way.
There's Cashman, who plays college ball in Minnesota with the Gophers, and comes over from Houston. Greg Reynolds gives Gibbs a break and gets the Lions very close to a first down. Need to get it to the 41-yard line. Let's see where the mark will come.
Whatever.
Mark's just short, so it will set up 4th down. 4th down at the Minnesota 42-yard line. It's almost, don't even think about it, go for it situation with Detroit. And Dan Skipper eligible one more time. And now we're going to stop. And we're going to, let's see, we're going to get an expedited look at this, or is a challenge flag thrown? Let's see, did Campbell challenge this? He did. So Campbell challenged the spot.
Detroit is challenging the ruling on the field of short of the line of game. Timeout.
All right, so we'll check it out. Look with us as we go to break. What do you think? The body part comes down. Where's the front edge of the ball there?
Oh, he 100% got that. 100% he got that. Mustang's revenge this game, dude.
Jump in the whirlpool.
It's Mustang's revenge this game, dude.
Jump in the whirlpool.
Mustang's revenge. It's Mustang's revenge this game, dude.
Jump in the whirlpool.
He's trying to jump up to the
Play
ball.
stands. Terry McCauley, I'll turn this over
He's
to
on
you.
camel jump up now.
Yeah,
Camel jump up the
Mike,
ball.
it's just not clear and obvious that he made the line game, but the ball is much closer to the 41 than they spotted it, so they will move the ball closer to the 41. But what was challenged was, did he make the line to gain? Did he make the line to gain or not? And they couldn't change that, so he does lose his challenge.
Okay, and a timeout, so Detroit's down to 1, but they are a lot closer on this 4th and now inches than they were when it was 4th and half a yard. The back is Reynolds, and they're going to throw, and it's Goff throwing, and it's deflected and incomplete. So 4th and just inches, and they choose to throw it, and are stopped, and the Vikings take over. Jonathan Bullard may have been the hand in there.
Wow.
Well, you get everybody trying to play the run, and look at the push that they get into the backfield. So that allowed the defensive lineman to get up in the face of Goff and get a hand on it. So
Bullard gets Goff, and he had an opportunity to get it to Jamison Williams, who had some space to go. So good play by that Minnesota front to stop him. Vikings take over at their own 42-yard line. And Aaron Jones for the hole on the left side. Only a couple, and here's Melissa on the sideline.
Yeah, Mike, 2 red zone stands for this banged-up Lions defense after that last one. Alex Anzalone, who Dan Campbell told us he was so excited to get back from injury tonight for his leadership, walked up and down the sideline and said, that is how we change the game. And defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn just came over and yelled, we need to fight. We need a takeaway.
Anzalone playing that first game, as mentioned, broke his left arm. Practiced this week, a little bit last week, and ready to go, and he's been a part of it tonight. Again, Darnold is pressure. He spins and escapes. They can't catch him from behind. He's hit on the sideline while he was still inbounds. No flag thrown as Darnold uses those wheels to get to the 46. 3rd and 5.5 coming up.
It's one thing that we saw from Darnold in the first game was that he was a little bit more willing to take off and run with the football. Look anywhere around the National Football League, the best quarterbacks now are making plays with their legs, and for Darnold, he saw an opportunity but just couldn't win the race to the edge.
Asked him about it last night. He said, yeah, maybe I need to do it a little bit more, especially tomorrow when they're playing all that man coverage. Makes it 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 6. And Darnold throwing in the middle, 1st down and more for Naylor. Naylor takes it to the 35-yard line. Played his college ball not too far from here at Michigan State. First down for Minnesota as we get to the 2-minute warning. Folks expected a lot of points. Instead, you're getting something that feels like a playoff game. Feels like a game for the #1 seed and the division title in the NFC North. 7-3 Lions, Vikings on the move.
God, I hate these commercial breaks. I'd rather listen to actual commercials than just see this over and over again. Just Stop. So. Stop. That didn't kill him.
Coming up, Toyota halftime, we're going to take another look at the wild card schedule, including our game between the Commanders and the Bucks next Sunday night. Mike?
All right, Maria, thank you. First 3 games will be the AFC in the wild card, and then the NFC games will be in Tampa next Sunday night. The winner of this game will be kicking back and watching all of us work. They will join the Kansas City Chiefs with the bye. And the Lions, who got to the NFC title game last year, you could see them as a 1 seed. Nobody saw Minnesota to be in this position. And they're hanging right in there on the road with a chance to get the 1 in the division title. Jones.
Get him.
Side door.
Holy
Gets 5 out of it
shit.
to the 31-yard line.
Holy-
Jack Campbell
holy
making
shit.
the tackle. Minnesota gets the ball to start the second half.
That's where the
I'll
really
tell you, Mike,
sucks.
we're seeing these Lions linebackers playing a little deeper tonight than what they were a week ago in that game against San Francisco, where they were really getting beat up by play action passes behind them. They're a half step slower reacting to the run, but the defensive line has been doing a great job so far allowing them to play that way.
2nd and 5, little pitch. Jones to the edge. You got a nice block. And to the 21, but here comes a flag
Holding.
from deep in the secondary. Penalties so far, 1 on Minnesota, 2 on Detroit.
About to be 2 on Minnesota, 2 on Detroit.
See what Brad Rogers has here.
Holding. Defense number 95. It's a 5-yard penalty added on to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
That's Pat O'Connor,
Okay.
one of the defensive linemen who's played a lot more for the Lions with all their injuries up front.
You know, sometimes it'll mess with you a little bit. You make that little adjustment at linebacker. That time we saw Brian O'Neill and Garrett Bradbury able to turn the corner and get downfield and cut off those linebackers on some blocks. So let's see if the Vikings hang with this.
There are the Vikings back in the red zone. No touchdowns, just the 1 field goal. And those 7 snaps inside the 10-yard line that yielded nothing. Jets take the lead here. The 18 doing it on the ground with Jones inside only for a yard.
Like I said, those 7 snaps yielded nothing. It's like, well, technically they yielded 3 points.
Reader inside.
But
the Lions acquired in free agency this year.
Yeah, we talked about not having Aiden Hutchinson. They don't have Aleem McNeil either, who was their second leading sacker. And those two guys with Reader inside, they were so dynamic. Just so many tremendous players not playing for the Lions.
From the 17, Darnold throws inside. It's caught by Jones. You only get a couple. So Kevin O'Connell
only get a couple.
They're bleeding enough of the clock, so Minnesota great chance to end the half with the ball. And now give it to the Lions, who are a very good team in the last couple of minutes. And now Kevin will take a timeout with 28 seconds left before third down.
Let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS and the matchup that everybody's been watching tonight. Amik Robertson and Justin Jefferson. They played against each other in high school. 15 matchups, 5 targets, just 2 receptions, and 10 of those in man coverage. If you would have told Aaron Glenn, Dan Campbell that was going to be the result of that matchup before the game, they would have been thrilled out of their mind. Can he hold up one more time here at the end of the half?
High school matchups, college as well. They hooked up one time. Robertson's out of Louisiana Tech. Of course, Jefferson, part of the great championship team at LSU. 6 for the first down. 13 for the touchdown. Darnold hit as he throws, incomplete. And the Lions get to Darnold again. A huge story in this half. That was Josh Paschal that time. And another field goal attempt coming.
It has just been amazing, the kind of beating, pressure coming in from right here that we've seen Darnold take. And I think they took a look at some of the numbers of him holding the ball and said, I think we can get there before our coverage is going to break down.
And Chris, that's Paschal, an outside guy working inside there to try to get some pressure on for Aaron Glenn. So good from 25, Reichert from 31. Knocks that through. It is a 1-point game with 20 seconds till halftime. And we'll be back in Detroit in 30 seconds after this from AWS.
Oh my God, 30 seconds of fucking...
AWS knows NFL fans are obsessed with every single detail. That's why we power Next Gen Stats to give fans more. More good luck catching him. More defying expectations. More, oh yeah, from more stats that NFL fans love. Over me.
Well, you surprised so far?
Stunned. I really am. I just, the great thing about it is Aaron Glenn came up with this strategy to attack the Vikings. And the one comment
that man's face looks so goddamn sweaty. Look how giant his earrings
are, bro. If this blows up, and it could, you know, when you go against these receivers that the Minnesota Vikings have, and that guy in particular right there, Justin Jefferson, this could have gone very, very, very wrong here tonight. But he took chances.
There were some giant ass diamonds
now. It is working.
Both teams have been stymied and frustrated a bit. This may go out of bounds, and if it does, it's interesting. The Lions have one timeout left. They'll get the ball at the 40-yard line. It only takes about 20 yards or so to get into field goal range from there for Jake Bates.
Bounds. Kicking team number 16. Ball's placed at the 40-yard line. First down.
So this is a very interesting time, and as we've been telling you the last few years as you've been watching the Lions, you know this. They are aggressive, and they're always aggressive in this part of the game, too. With 30, 40 seconds left, they kind of take a shot to get some points, and now they've got a real opportunity.
And Ben Johnson, you have to pay attention to him as a play caller. He'll lay a trick play on you in this part of the field, too.
And Bates can make them from mid-50s, so 20 yards. Can they get it? It's a three-man rush. The throw by Goff is caught, and out of bounds at the 41 is St. Brown.
And out of bounds, no way.
So in 5 seconds, they get right there, and that kickoff mistake could cost the Vikings. Third and 1 to St. Brown tonight. He's got 53 yards, leads all receivers in the game. Jake Bates has made a 58 and a 57-yarder this year. One timeout, 15 seconds, home field available, throw across the middle is caught. To the 31-yard line goes Khalif Raymond. Goff says, take your time, we'll take the time out here at the back end and give Bates a shot for about 48 yards.
Hell yeah.
You make the mistake, you set them up, and they're going to negate basically your field goal on the other end, right? It's amazing how many of these games come down to special teams plays, mistakes, big plays.
And these are two kickers that have had very good rookie seasons but are in big moments. And Bates hasn't had those big moments. If you were with us for the Houston game when he kicked the game-winning field goal, we told you that he was selling bricks in Houston and then got a call to come try out for the UFL and then kicked for the team that played in this building, the Michigan Panthers, and kicked 360-plus yard field goals. Reichert, the kicker who kicked it out of bounds on the kickoff, he's been part of the national championship teams and the great runs at Alabama. He's been in these big moments. Bates has lived up to them thus far this year. Minnesota will take a timeout to try to ice him with 48 seconds to go.
Minnesota, their second. It's a 30-second timeout.
The Bates story was so unique because he didn't kick field goals during his college stops. He was a college soccer player for a couple of years and then had the opportunity to make the transfer over. And once he did finally kick at Arkansas in his last year, he was more of a kickoff specialist. He didn't kick any field goals. This year, all he's done is come in, set a Lions record for single season points, and make big field goals against the Rams, the game winner against the Vikings, the Texans, the Packers, and here from 48 to extend the lead at the break. And Bates bangs it through again.
Boy.
And the mistake on the kickoff cost the Minnesota
Jacob
Vikings
Bates,
3
wasn't
points.
Jake Bates, yeah. And Jake Bates, we trust, dude.
26 of 29 for Jake Bates this season. Good from 48 at the break to give the Detroit Lions a 4-point lead.
And Bates, we trust, homie.
With the #1 seed and the NFC North title on the line here in Detroit. Kevin O'Connell knows they let some points slip away in what figures to be a tight game. Dan Campbell thrilled with it. It is the Lions on top. The Vikings get the ball to start the second half. Our studio crew here with us in downtown Detroit. Here's Maria in the Toyota halftime.
Thanks, Mike. One-score game here, but we already can't wait for our wild card game next Sunday. Baker and the Bucs coming off that thrilling win to clinch the NFC South. They're going to be taking on the rookie star Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. We're breaking it down next on the Toyota halftime.
Yo,
Don't want to miss
TBS,
a
what's
game?
good, bro?
Just tell Siri. Show me the football schedule.
My day is going all right, bro. If my Detroit Lions can get the fucking dub, it'll be a lot better. How you doing, bro? Just chilling, relaxing. Then yo, TBS, I saw your message. Yep, as usual, just chilling. Hey, as you should be, though, dog. As you should be.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
Back in the Motor City with the NFC 1 seed on the line, we see the Vikings down 6-10 against the Lions. And they've had their opportunities, have the Vikings, but they are 0 for 3 in the red zone so far in this game. As we welcome you back inside, and a great game going on before us. Maria Taylor Christens, Devin McCourty, and Jason Garrett, but it's a defensive one. And we have the top scoring team in the Lions and a top 10 team in the Vikings, and it's been all defense.
And I know we're going to hit on Sam Darnold's misses, but give the defenses some love. They've come out and they've played good football. Everything has been tough. They've made everything hard. Darnold does need to settle down a little bit, but shout out these defenses.
Yeah, I love the plan by Aaron Glenn. It's aggressive. They're coming after him. They're playing man-to-man coverage. For me, it's just too much pass, too much drop-back pass by Minnesota. Darnold's overexcited. He's pumped up. He's throwing the ball high. Just too many missed opportunities.
The big thing is the Lions' pressure. Sam Darnold's been pressured and more than half of his drop-back passes, but these teams are close. The Lions, they scored a touchdown, tip pass on 4th and short, and then, of course, a tip pass interception. It'll heat up in the second half.
Minnesota will get the ball to start the second half. Remember, the loser visits the Rams, and the winner gets that 1 seed in the NFC. Let's take a look at next weekend's full schedule. It starts Saturday afternoon with Chargers, Texans on CBS. Saturday night, Steelers, Ravens on Prime Video. 3 games on Sunday, starting with Broncos and Bills on CBS. Sunday late afternoon, the Packers are at the Eagles on Fox, and Sunday night, it'll be our game. We'll feature the Commanders and Bucks here on NBC and Peacock. Commanders have won 5 in a row, and Tampa Bay so far, they've won 6 of their last 7. What do you expect from this matchup?
I'm looking at these two quarterbacks. They've been clutch all year. We continue to say it. They show up in the biggest moments, and everyone's going to talk about Baker Mayfield and his experience. I played with the most experienced quarterback ever. We didn't win every playoff game, so don't give me all the experience talk.
That's right. And Jaden Daniels, as hot as he's been, I worry about Tampa's defense. Tampa puts too many people at the line of scrimmage to stop the run. There's always a little too much pressure. Their secondary's beat up. They got to protect them a little bit, or Jaden Daniels and company will pick them apart.
Hey, when you flip it over to Tampa's offense, obviously Baker has to play well, get it to his weapons outside, but the key guy is Bucky Irving. Run the football against this Washington defense. They're vulnerable. You can control the game and make that environment tough on the other side.
Well, it's interesting that we have the first-time coach, a rookie quarterback in the Commanders, but sometimes it makes a difference and they don't know what they have going against them. And Jaden Daniels kind of plays as if he has no fear every time we see him step on the field.
And I think that's the key. Dan Quinn is going to tell this team, hey, you've played a certain way all year to be in this moment. Don't worry about not having experience, Jaden Daniels. You've proven to your teammates and the rest of the NFL how good you are. Just go play your game.
He's played in so many big moments throughout his career. This guy never blinks. It's never too big for him.
Tampa's O-line can overpower people, to Jason Garrett's point, and they're going to create man-to-man coverage. Marshawn
Commanders at Bucks, wild card, and they play each other week 1. So one of these teams
don't like each other very much.
Who's going to
we're going to be on the lookout for Marshawn Lattimore. We're going to be on the lookout for Antoine Winfield Jr. Whether or not they'll be able to return. Those are two key players on the defensive end.
The Commanders started and ended their
about
season.
Defenses. Defenses step up. They shut down some of the things you've been doing over and over again. Offense trying to put in new wrinkles. Having your key communicators in there makes a world of difference.
Well, as we mentioned, the winner here is going to get the 1 seed. The loser, the 5 seed. That means they go on the road to take on the Rams. And we talked about the Eagles. They rested a lot of their players, but they will have an opportunity to play against those Packers yet again, and they got that win earlier this season in Brazil. Now coming up, a look at the exclusive history and massive paydays that we saw today. But first, Toyota shows us how our world was made for adventure, just like legendary lineup of Toyota trucks.
These damn commercials. These damn commercials, I tell you. Oh, fuck. I'm a little tired, dude. A little sleepy-weepy.
A little bit of Sunday Funday. Can we start with Mike Evans?
Oh, yes, we can. He needed 5 yards to get 1,000 yards for the 11th straight season. Needs 1,000, needs 5 yards. He gets 7. He does it. The team goes crazy. Devin McCourty's mad the Saints didn't double him. We're happy for Mike Evans.
Unbelievable scene seeing Mike Evans do that. 11 seasons. But how about Brock and roll? Brock Bowers, the best tight end in football this year, 112 receptions, sets the new rookie record for receptions. Brock Bowers, you're a bad man.
Something else, but how about the 500 Club? Exclusive. Brady, Breeze, Manning, Favre, and now Aaron Rodgers. Do the math. It's averaging 25 touchdowns a year.
Owned or makes it the top. So honestly, it was Salt Lake. I was like very inspired by these guys. I watched them like get together really quickly and form, and I was watching them consistently, and I was like, why aren't they picked up yet? Why aren't they picked up yet? And I was like, I'm gonna do it. I've always wanted to start in work, and I was like, this is it. This is the moment I want to do it. So I just went out and did it. So it just started with some t-shirts, and now we have our own like Twitter handle, and then we have jerseys and like a huge following, and just such support from the community. It's been amazing. It's been a journey, but it's been amazing. Was it you that chose the players, or did they already knew who they wanted to team with? Yeah, so they had already formed together as a group, and then I was watching them collectively, and I was like, these guys, like you have Ezzo and Descendant, they're such young guns, and they're so talented, and then you have like the skills of Onvor and Piggy, and those guys are good leaders and good examples, and then how can you not want Laz as a coach? So just seeing all of them.
You can watch all the news coming up this week. Meanwhile, we've got a good one going here. 10-6, the Lions holding serve right now. The Vikings get the ball coming out of the second half. Remember, on the line, the 1 seed in the NFC when we return.
This has been the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
I'm so tired of listening to this fucking darn.
Tonight's first half replay is presented by Progressive.
The last game of the NFL season. Winner gets the 1 seed. Everybody's ready to go.
Expect fireworks all night long.
He's got an opening.
Go.
The acceleration. Jameer Gibbs.
Nobody's beating this guy in a foot race.
Pass rush, and Darnold will go down at the 2. Whoa. Huge hit. Oh, it's intercepted on the deflection.
Does your coverage need a replay? See if you could save with Progressive.
Just one touchdown in that first half. Detroit 10, Minnesota 6. Start of the third quarter, and time now for tonight's Buzz, powered by AWS. Jameer Gibbs handling most of the work for Detroit, including that touchdown run of 25 yards, the lone score of the game. The quarterbacks and protecting them was the story. And right now they're being pressured. Darnold, as much as he has all season, Goff, fourth most pressure he's gotten all season. Thus, their numbers are a little bit lower than they've been in terms of productivity thus far this year. And this Minnesota offense has gotten down to the red zone 3 times, no touchdowns. A couple of goal-to-goal opportunities, they came up dry. And Darnold, those goal-to-go situations, 0 of 6 on pass attempts. Storyline as you cruise down Woodward and onto Ford Field here in Detroit. And Sam Darnold, California guy, career starts in New York. Gets that foundational base last year in San Francisco. And Jared Goff, Cal, starting his career to the Super Bowl with the Rams. And then the trade for Matthew Stafford. And instead of being a placeholder, he's got a place in the Lions record books and may have a place in their history after tonight. Franchise record, 14 wins for Detroit. 30 minutes away, one of these teams from the #1 seed in the NFC. Jake Bates to kick it off. This will be from too deep, taking a knee. Minnesota gets into the 30. A moment ago, Melissa with Dan Campbell.
Dan, 30 minutes left to secure the #1 seed. What's it going to take?
Yeah, well, look, our defense is playing well right now. Those guys are going to come out. They're going to make some plays. We know they're going to try to get Jefferson the ball. We just got to keep playing the way we're playing. It's awesome in the red zone right now, 0 for 3. Offensively, we got to get our run game going, be much more efficient, and convert on 3rd or 4th down when they come up.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, thank you.
Detroit's 4 of 9 on 3rd and 4th down combined. Justin Jefferson targeted 6 times tonight, 2 catches. Cam Akers will be the running back to start the second half for the Vikings. From the 30, stretching to the right and only gaining about a yard. Levi Onwuzurike, former second-round pick for the Lions, on the tackle.
Yeah, Mike, that first half really came down to the fact that Darnold in the red zone, 1 for 8 for 4 yards. That's it. That's the game. That's what we're talking about right here.
Second down, Darnold taking a shot down the field, nobody there. So some miscommunication, and now that conversation from official to official. Just saying, is anybody down there? No grounding, none of that stuff. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, 3rd down and long, and that's significant because this is where we've been saying.
3rd and 8 is not 3rd and long. Like, I'm so sorry. Anything less than 10 is not long.
Really effective.
Like, and long is anything over 10 yards. But whatever.
We've seen Sam Darnold take 46 sacks this year, 4th most. He tends to hold the ball, and if he does here, they may get him again.
3rd and 8. Again, the pressure comes. Darnold chases away, resets and throws. Broken up by Robertson. Intended again.
What?
On the Lions' corner.
Dog, that was beautiful coverage. That was absolutely beautiful coverage. How does that get called for a penalty?
And pass interference, if called, will be a 1st down for the Vikings.
Illegal contact, defense number 32. 5-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
So that's on Brian Branch and not on Robertson, 32.
A 5-yard penalty comes with an automatic 1st down? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
They are getting really physical, and one of the things that the Vikings talked about was that trying to get off the ball against these guys is going to be a battle, so we just have to fight our way through it. They're not going to call it very often. They did call that one, and he didn't get the call prior, which is sort of the double whammy that time for the Lions.
Good call. Takes Minnesota for 1st down to the 37-yard line. Again, no Aaron Jones. It's Akers one more time. Darnold looking deep, throwing middle, and incomplete for Addison. Apparently, Aaron Jones is in the locker room, hasn't come out yet, no injury designation. Melissa tells us that from the sidelines, so she's watching closely, keep us up to date on Akers, the backup being in for the start of this quarter.
And where that impacts the most, a couple areas. One, obviously he's a good runner, but he also is a tremendous pass protector. And three, he is one of those receivers out of the backfield that can break one for a big play from the running back position.
On cue, he comes back. No helmet. Maybe it's out over by the bench area. 2nd and 10. Play clock hits 0 as Darnold gives, and Akers takes off. Cam Akers may go. Joseph has the angle on him. Akers inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. It's 58 on the carry for Cam Akers.
Just going to bit of an overrun here. This cutback is going to be what gets them on an outside zone play, and they get the backside block. Anytime you see a play in a zone run break, it's because the backside got it done, and Cam Akers, who made a huge catch to lock up that game a week ago, comes back huge again.
2nd longest run, Chris, of his career. Guy who has come back from multiple injuries, including tearing his Achilles. Traded to the Vikings middle of this year. Inside run, Akers, nothing there. And so again, here they
Forced
are.
him to a fucking field goal again, dude. Holy shit.
Inside the 10, they're trying to take the lead.
It's stunning almost, isn't it? I mean, it really is. And whatever it is, whether it's a 2-point play or something that Kevin O'Connell has up his sleeve here a bit, they need something that breaks out, because so far Aaron Glenn has pushed all the right buttons when they've been in the red zone.
Aaron Jones back in. First thing you check, where's Jefferson? There he is in motion. Fake the pop pass to him. He's got Jones. Jones fighting, gets a couple of yards. Robertson had a hand on him. Jack Campbell finishes him off. About the 2.5-yard line. They'll mark it officially at the 2 for 3rd and goal.
So they go in motion, and Robertson's going to stop and realize what's going on and hustle all the way back across there to make the play. This is
honestly
about as
kind of a late hit.
as I've seen out of a defender, especially an outside corner this entire season. That was just a savvy veteran realizing what was happening.
C.J. Ham, the fullback in the game. 3rd and goal. Darnold in trouble, spins out again, and lofts it away.
Let's
What do you do
go.
now?
Holy shit.
Go for the field goal and get the points to make it a 1-point game. No, he's going to go for it.
Idiot.
I mean, this has been as frustrating. And once again, I'm going to give Aaron Glenn credit. Every time that
Come on,
Kevin O'Connell
Detroit.
thinks they're going to play man coverage, they play a zone. Every time they're going to play zone, they're playing a man coverage. And so far, the entire story of this game is what's happened inside the 5-yard line for the Vikings, which has been very little.
Stopped on 4th and goal from the 3 in the first half. 4th and goal from the 2 now. Darnold looking, trying to scramble and keep it alive, throwing.
Let's go!
They've stopped them again. Terrion Arnold makes the play. The Detroit Lions defense having a night. The pass for Addison, incomplete. And the Vikings come up dry again.
Let's go, dude. Detroit's defense is playing out of their fucking minds, bro. Holy shit. Now our offense just needs to help them out a little bit, dude. Get a touchdown, dude. Get a tutty. Go down, score a tutty. Be 7 + 4, be up by 11 points.
Red zone has been a nightmare so far for the Minnesota Vikings on offense, and for a variety of reasons. Pretty consistent pressure, high throws being missed, occasionally just catch a break, right? Meek Robertson just catches a break on that one. They miss the throw, then they answer with pressure, come back, force the scramble, and it has been the way that they have just plastered to these receivers down the field. Once the play breaks away, Sam Darnold has not been able to find anybody late.
And thus, they trail. Goff from his own end zone, deep shot downfield. There's coverage down there. It's intercepted by Harrison Smith. So Smith kept drifting back. The deep ball for Jameson Williams, who never got near it. And Smith, the oldest starting defensive back in the league,
Goff.
with the 46th takeaway of his career.
Goff.
Third pick of the season.
Dude, our offense needs to help out our defense a little bit, dude. Our defense is playing out of their fucking mind, and then our offense just can't do anything. Like, what the fuck?
I want to know the person who predicted this game going like this. This is just a launched ball down the field because you're going to try and take a shot with your speedster. But Jameson Williams either lost the ball or slowed down. He wasn't even in contention for that ball, and I don't think Jared Goff can believe it either.
Goff has thrown 12 interceptions, 7 of them on Sunday Night Football. Remember, he had the 5 against Houston. So Minnesota gets it right back, and they get it at their own 46-yard line. Aaron Jones, the running back. He's going to come to the left. A good patient run by Jones. Gets to the Lions side of midfield, right around the 46, and one of the Lions is shaken up.
Oh my God.
And I think it's Terry and Arnold.
That is
starting corner.
Not good. They are almost out of cornerbacks if that's the case.
A rookie out of Alabama who's taken in the first round and had so many penalties called against him early in the season, but has since figured it out. Just made a big play on the prior snap. Arnold down right in front of Dan Campbell on the line sideline.
Which is why Domino's is giving you an emergency pizza, a free pizza to use when you need it most. Get your emergency pizza when you order Domino's online.
JJ!
Unleash that inner beast. Woo, come on.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your spelling first before taking off your shirt.
You got this. Come on. JJ.
Mom.
Stu, Virginia.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Hey, what's up? I'm the W.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
We gotta stop rechalling those fights.
PGA Tour's new season off to a start this weekend in Hawaii. Record-setting start. Hideki Matsuyama there got the win this week. He's in with that big field at Wildlife of the Sony Open Saturday and Sunday on NBC.
Caution. Oh no, is he back in?
Peacock. That's in Honolulu. Lions wear Honolulu blue. Right now they're running out of people. That's Terry and Arnold.
They're weak,
Not a good
Petey.
sight. No pressure on that leg. Chris, he was hurt a moment ago.
Yeah, and they are really down at the cornerback position. Remember, Amik Robertson was a slot. He's playing outside now.
One shot back, A.
So you bring in Kendall Vildor, who did start a couple of games in the past month.
There's two back.
Man! To Jones, who takes off the first down to the 36-yard line. Aaron Jones, locker room to start this quarter. Factor on the last few plays.
And the other guy that we didn't talk about is Carlton Davis, who's out with a broken jaw.
No.
This is a secondary very much depleted at this point.
Put in the
So
blender.
all those
See you
pass
soon.
plays
See
have
you
been
later,
struggling.
Colin.
And Amik Robertson is out there
What's up,
doing a
Spartan?
fantastic job on Justin Jefferson. But at some point, the other guys
Kim is
now
ATM
for the
this week.
Vikings
I just keep catching three people's gun.
The 37, Darnold play pass. Again, spinning to his right. Gets Irvin and almost threw it into the arms of Zadarius Smith. Is there any eligible receiver in the neighborhood? And that's what the officiating crew is discussing now. And they drop the flag.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 14. Ball's placed at the spot of the foul. The down counts. It is second down.
That was going to be a big loss, about 13 yards.
Well, take a look, and you had Trent Sherfield there for a minute, but then he got out. And I tell you, we have seen this entire game. I don't think Sam Darnold's been hit this much since he's gotten in the NFL. I mean, this has just been a beatdown with people that were unexpected to be able to bring this kind of pressure. This is a game plan. This is something they put together with these guys up front. And let's say
Come on, Detroit's defense. Let's hold up, boy. That really sucks so that Terry Arnold just got hurt. And the way he was limping off the field did not look good.
Second and 23. Jefferson widens out a little bit at the top of the screen. Lions again bring the extra pressure. Darnold firing that way. Jefferson's got it with Robertson down and looking for a flag. Jefferson goes forward. He shot.
Literally, the defender got up and was just like.
Got a lot of the penalty yardage back at the 33.
They call this going against leverage. His leverage is outside, but he's going to go outside anyway. Made him really believe he was coming back inside, and then you see Robertson just fall on the play. And for Darnold, he was definitely peeking that way. He's trying to get his guy going. Like, I know what that guy can do.
This is third down and 6. And Darnold underneath. And
Oh, huge.
Intercepted.
Fucking huge.
Incomplete. Jefferson couldn't squeeze it. As a Fatumelo Fanwu, who missed 14 games, has come back late in the season again this year for Detroit.
4th and 6 now, dude. What are you going to do about it?
Speeding up the clock in the quarterback's head.
Oh, yeah.
It's exactly what's happening here. They're bringing so much pressure after Sam Darnold. He's having to anticipate throws and cuts from his wide receivers that they haven't had to do all season long.
Important field goal for Will Reichert from 51 yards away. Good pass at it, knocks it down the middle. So Reichert, his first 14 kicks this year in a little bit of a rough spot. Looked great on that one. From 51, he's good. It's a one-point game again.
It's not good, dude. No bueno, bro. No, bueno. Burn, burn.
Why the fuck not? Let y'all come in here, you know. Do what I gotta do. You know. Clean the fucking oils off my shit. I'm your pusher. I'm your pusher. I'm your pusher. Oh. No, hey. Backyard to yard. Jump the heart. I'm the neighborhood pusher. Come sup with cause I got bass like that, Jack. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? My dog Spartan, what's going on? Hold up. I stay violating. Let's go, let's get it. We'll start with that. That there. Keep my command center in front of me here. How we doing today? It's snowing outside. So let's extend that a little bit. It's snowing outside for me. I don't know about y'all, but it just started snowing. Literally, like, I took the trash out. It's 10 right now.
Toyota, the official automotive
Like around 8:30.
8:30.
Kind of like started coming down. So yeah.
Some moments from memorable Sunday Night Football season finales, including 2022 when the Aaron Rodgers run in Green Bay ended as the Lions knocked out the Packers. Packers winning in to get the playoffs. Seattle had won earlier that day, taking the Lions out of the playoffs. But talking to Dan Campbell when we visited during Lions practice on Friday, he said that was one of the milestone moments for Detroit in this turnaround that took them to the NFC Championship game, the division title last year, and has them at 14 wins and trying to repeat. Champions of the North, but Minnesota's got a great chance back in this in a one-point game. And Detroit will take over at the 30. Chris?
All right, let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Skycam, and it has been these new edge players on the outside. Jonathan Grenard working against Penei Sewell, one of the absolute best in the National Football League. Then to the other side, going against Taylor Decker, and he decks the quarterback on this one. And Van Ginkel with the shot of the night right there to set the tone early for what was to come. And both these quarterbacks have been under constant pressure in a way we haven't seen from them all season long.
From the 30, Lions take over on first down. Goff swinging it out. Gibbs hit in stride, very close to the first down at the 40-yard line. Josh Metellus chasing him a yard shy. It's a gain of about 9.
Yeah, and part of the reason that it hasn't been going quite as well for the Detroit Lions, this is the team that has used play action more than any team going back to 2006. That is a staple of what they do. Typically, they're running, force those safeties down, out, and yet they really have not been able to run it that effectively tonight to have that work.
And we're inside here with Gibbs pushed forward by Penei Sewell, and that'll get Detroit the first down across the 40-yard line. Lions 16 carries, 57 yards against this Minnesota defense, rebuilt in free agency in part by that man, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, the general manager, in his third year here with the Vikings.
Good thing he signed all these defensive guys. They're hanging on.
Floating out to Laporta, and the Lions tight end with a gain to right around the 48-yard line. So a good first down pickup on that one. And the Vikings have Harrison Phillips needing medical attention on the field.
Team captain along with Metellus. Nobody wants out of this fight. You know,
especially that guy.
Yeah, nobody wants out of this fight. But this is, you know, If you want to talk about Dan Campbell and what he preaches on a constant basis, this is it, right? It's not going as expected. Everybody thought this was going to be high scoring. It's not. The defenses have stepped up, and now you have to go find a way to find the grit and go win this game. It's not always going to be as you plan it. You've got to figure out a plan from here, and typically from here, toughest team wins.
Set. 180, set. Second and 3. Van Ginkel was on the run, but Goff didn't have the ball. Gibbs did. Van Ginkel still finds his way to get a hit in there anyway, but it's close to a first down just on the other side of midfield.
Those edge players, they want to go get the quarterback at all time. Actually, Van Ginkel has 11.5 sacks, and Grenard just 11. But those two guys have just set the tone. And anytime you draft somebody in the first round, which they did, an edge player with Dallas Turner, and he doesn't really get on the field, you hit two great free agents.
First down picked up by Gibbs. Craig Reynolds now the running back. Play action, Van Ginkel coming, pass to Jamison Williams, taken down the open field by Byron Murphy. Pro Bowl bound for the first time in his career. Murphy with a good play on the edge.
Murphy with 6 interceptions so far this year.
Damn,
tied for third
dude.
in the NFL.
Fucking
a lot
damn.
of people thought that he may just forever be a slot cornerback, but they moved him outside, and he has just gotten better and better and better as they go, and turned himself into a Pro Bowl starter back there. Another new guy. He just happened to come in a year ago.
Halfway through this third quarter. And movement for the Lions going to make it 2nd and 20.
Damn it.
False start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Taylor Decker over on that left side. Those edges start getting by you, giving you a tough time. These things happen.
It's about as unsettled as I've seen the Detroit Lions offense. Would you agree?
Yeah, in terms of inability to get chunk
Yeah,
plays.
yeah. I mean, ordinarily
like that.
They've in most games they've already had at least 2-3 50-yard plays.
The only touchdown of the game by Gibbs in the first quarter. Pace with the pressure. Goff's the throw. Hung on to by Laporta. Taken down at the 41-yard line. Bynum and Van Ginkel hit him a couple shy of the first down, but they got a big chunk there of 18.
Double-A blitz coming right there, and Reynolds had to come over and step up and make this block. There is no time at all to do that, and yet able to hang right in there with Ivan Pace.
Huge. Fucking huge.
Harrison Phillips has a new contact lens, and the big guy's back in the lineup for the Vikings. Going to throw here on 3rd and 2. Goff clutches, fires, caught by St. Brown at the 28-yard line. Gain of 13, and St. Brown with his 4th grab of the night.
There's no doubt that the passing game can get going if this group up here blocks like this. And they get it done. And once again, and maybe Craig Reynolds coming in the game as a pass protector is helping this cause and getting the passing game going.
29, Goff throwing inside. Jamison Williams trying to turn on the Jets. Cannot get away. And that's what I love about Van Ginkel. Chris, he makes plays at the quarterback and back in the secondary as well.
Well, nobody drops more as an edge rusher than he does. And when you say he drops like 180 times, something like that this year, and still has the ability to come up with 11.5 sacks, that's a statement.
The cheer for the announcement that Dan Skipper is eligible. Extra beef to the left. They go that way with Gibbs. Pounding inside, pushed forward, close to that first down. We're at the 19-yard line. Needed to get another half yard, so it'll be 3rd and short. As we are about 2/3 through this game. 10-9 Detroit. Winner is the 1 seed and off next week. The loser heading to LA to take on Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, and the Rams.
And you saw a shot there of Justin Jefferson. They're not getting back in it, but this is the first time we've seen one of those classic Detroit Lion wear down a defense drives.
The whistle is, I don't know if this is an expedited anything here. It's check it out. The down judge, Kent Payne, came in.
After replay assist, it's a first down, Detroit.
Woo! And my mistake, I used the wrong terminology. Replay assist, they had a peek at it. So the Lions will pick up the first down inside the red zone here.
Now, would that be called a Bronx cheer even here, or does Detroit have their own name?
I don't think so. No, it's Midwest folk. They don't do those things.
Okay.
Trying to get past the 19, and that extra surge and push got them there. Second best drive of the night for Detroit. Gibbs right. 15.
Picked up a solid 4, 3,
Comes
4,
over to
something
make
like
the
that.
tackle. When we talked to the
You take
Vikings
those,
about
dude.
Cashman, the linebacker, a couple of different folks said we haven't lost with him. He's that big free agency addition, and every time he's been on the field, they've won 13-0. Cashman in the lineup.
Well, in today's NFL, linebackers used to weigh 250 pounds and plug up the middle. Anymore, you have to be able to cover a back out of the backfield. And Jahmyr Gibbs is about as tough an assignment as you can possibly get.
Standing tall back there on the 23, 8 yards back from Goff. Fake toss there, safe round, a lot of traffic. As he is twisted down, and Grenard came off the edge to stop him around the 13-yard line. Here's another big third down.
I always think what it must be like to be one of those corners out there and see Penei Sewell pulling out on one of those wide receiver screens. And once he comes that way, yeah, I'm diving for an ankle. I don't blame you there, Byron Murphy.
Such the feel of a division game with good matchups. These guys know each other. They've kept them away from their best stuff all night. 3rd and 4, they'll run it with Gibbs. Goes forward for 2. Just lost the ball there for a second, got it back in his hands. So it is a little more than a yard that Campbell needs. He's going to amble down and take a peek at it.
Part of me says kick field goal, another part of me goes, nah, dude.
Go for it.
He does talk about, though, it's a bit of a field.
Stick with the horse that brought you to the dance.
Ordinarily, they're ripping off chunks, 4 or 5 yards at a time. Really hasn't been tonight. He's thrown it on 1 4th and 1.
So 4th and 2. And the Lions going for it. The Vikings bring it. Hit the pass.
Easy tutty, baby. Easy tutty. Let's go.
Andrew Van Ginkel can do a lot of things, but they bring the pressure right up the middle, and that means we got one-on-one right over here with the leading sacker for the Minnesota Vikings, and that is what you would call a mismatch. Gibbs is getting really good with those little halfback option routes.
Extra point added.
Hell yeah.
By Bates. 18 total touchdowns. Many as anybody in the league this year. Jahmyr Gibbs, both TDs tonight, and he puts Detroit back on top with 2.5 left in the third.
Hell yeah, baby. We're in the bathroom real quick. Fuck yeah.
Eva has got us 100% addicted to her new comedy, Happy's Place. The critics call it hilarious, an instant hit. Check out Happy's Place Friday on NBC and Peacock. Pretty good Happy Place is the Waffle Cabin, Cadillac Square, downtown Detroit. A little snack on your way into work. Jahmyr Gibbs in his second year. People who wondered, why did the Lions take a running back so high, 12th pick of the draft? Well, Jahmyr Gibbs has now given them 18 total touchdowns on the season. Detroit by 8. Bates kicks out of the back. The Vikings take over at the 30.
Without Aiden Hutchinson, they don't have a pure pass rusher right now with the Detroit Lions. So what are they doing? They're squeezing the pocket in and not allowing any of their pass rushers to get over the top here. So you want to go to the line and then start squeezing in here, and that has really impacted Sam Darnold tonight. He's been uncomfortable. They've moved him out of the pocket, and when he's gotten out of the pocket, he has not been effective.
Darnold takes over at the 30. Aaron Jones, a run right. Jack Campbell,
we need to stop, dude. If we could get a stop right now, if we can stop him and get a field goal,
3 yards.
Huge.
So we have to remember, Darnold on this year has been fantastic,
just
right?
Stop in a
Tonight,
field goal,
12 for 29, 41%, 123 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, a 54 rating. They can't win like that. They have to make big plays with their wideouts.
Pressure picked up that time. He's chased by Campbell, throwing on the run. There it is. Stumbling out of bounds is Naylor. Thought he would have had a lot more at the 45-yard line. There's a flag back in the secondary.
Holding.
On the side of the ball where the throw happened.
Probably not.
Rodgers going to sort it here.
Probably holding on defense, my luck. But
5 flags on Detroit, 3 on Minnesota here tonight.
Holding, defense number 6. That penalty has declined. The result of the play is a first down.
That's on Melifonwu.
Mike, the Detroit Lions are using a lot of these picks inside. They're blitzing both linebackers, but the first one is not rushing the passer. He's picking off the far side guard, and then they're looping back around with the other one, and that pressure is forcing Sam Darnold out of the pocket.
The 40, give inside for Jones. Gets about 3 yards there. He's 45 yards on 10 carries. Here, all these fans making noise. It's obviously a partisan Detroit crowd. They also have the $2 million spent by the Vikings ownership to get a couple thousand tickets at face value for Vikings fans to come in and support the road team. Darnold pressured again, got it out. The big hit on Josh Oliver from Melifonwu. Will leave them 4 yards to get here on 3rd down.
Well, here we go. These are the kind of moments that decide who's the number 1 seed and who's the number 5 seed. I can't imagine they won't be going for it. So the full plate is open for Kevin O'Connell if he wants to run the football. We've certainly seen that in the past out of Dan Campbell on a 3rd down here.
Jones coming to get a breather. Akers the back. Jefferson the motion, 3rd and 4. Darnold over the middle for Hawkinson. And no flag, it's 4th down.
I'm actually really surprised that there's no flag on that.
What did they ever do without him? I don't know, but man, what a difference on this football team tonight. I don't know how much of the credit he gets, but TJ Hawkinson, most people I talked to with Minnesota thought that he may well be the equalizer in this game, but not with Anzalone out there.
I kind of think that might have been
so
penalty, but whatever.
We're going to that replay, say kick it to give Reichert another shot. Made a 51, this is from 52, and hang on, is that the wrong ball? A K ball in there, let's see. No, it's a right ball. Putting over to the sideline for something here. K balls are the ones used just for kicking. Right ball is in play. And here we go with Reichert from 51. John
And he missed. Let's go. All right, now Detroit needs to go down the field and get at least a field goal. Obviously touchdown's better, but
57 and hit the crossbar, but he missed left on a 43-yarder, and that's the worst feeling in the world when it's a two-way miss.
Well, there was one worse feeling, and that's when you're the head coach and you decide to kick a field goal instead of going for it on 4th and 3, and it misses by 15 yards.
Because now it gets to the point in the game where it's a one-score game, but if the Lions score on this drive, now you're down 2 scores, and you're down to about 3 drives left in the game. So the margins get tighter as Goff and the Lions get the ball back in their best field position of the night at their own 41-yard line. Play action here, about to get hit. He got rid of it, and there's a lot of space for Gibbs. Gain of 14, first down to the 45.
Just such a good play there by Goff. We have seen him just begin to emerge, not just as a star in this league, but as a superstar. You turn your back on play action, and you're going to get hit right in the chops. But he knew exactly where the open guy was going to be off of that if both of those guys brought pressure to that side. Neither dropped off in coverage. Goff knew it and took advantage.
End of the quarter. Lions outscore Minnesota by 4 in the third, and they lead by 8 in the battle for the #1 seed in the NFC North title. Sunday Night Football continues from the north after this. Tonight's SNF sites are provided by Nationwide. As we take you through the Detroit Historical Museum, so much of the history of this city, the history of the American auto industry. The big auto show is in town next week. The show tonight is here in Ford Field. The Vikings in town, the #1 seed on the line. The Lions lead by 8. Fourth quarter begins. Terry McCauley, our rules analyst. Melissa Stark on the sideline. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth here in the booth. In the 45, Goff on first down is complete to his tight end, and Sam Laporte.
Come on, Detroit. If we score it all on this drive, I feel like we kind of won, especially a touchdown, though. If we can go down and get a tutty, I feel like it's kind of game over.
Sam Laporte is starting to get hot himself. 4 touchdowns in the last 5 games, and we talked to him, and he was like, hey, I'm not one to go complain, but we got so many weapons right now, you got to spread it around a little bit.
Thank God. Thank God.
Pick 6
Holy
of the season. He got the Giants
shit.
and the Jets this year. So close to a game changer, a season changer.
You would have to pay me a lot of money to throw a wide receiver screen to Van Ginkel's side. Oh, he had it. He played it perfectly. He just couldn't grab it. Wow.
Poor guy. Kind of feel bad for him.
Run of 10 straight.
Glad he dropped it, but I kind of feel bad for him.
2nd and 10. Throwing back inside. That's 9 of
Laporte, not Laporte, but Amon Ra.
Voting for the All-Pro teams happens tomorrow. They'll be announced at the end of the year, but that guy has a great chance to be on it again.
Just throw into the blitz. Once they blitz that side and drop back with that zone underneath it, that's the void in the zone. And it was interesting, wasn't it? Talking to Cherikoff, he goes, Chris, I know how to play these guys. Like, if they're going to blitz, we know how to take advantage of it. If they're going to play off, I know how to take advantage of that too. We're going to be all right.
And we're already in field goal range.
He got hit a lot tonight, but he's been all right so far.
Skipper eligible again. Goff scans, fires. Jameson Williams comes up with the grab at the 14-yard line.
He's eating.
That's
He's out here
another
eating on him, dude.
A speed guy who, Chris, is starting to put the pieces together.
Watch the eyes here of Jared Goff. He's going to go to at least his 3rd look here and stare right in the face of a defender that's going to hit him right in the chops. And yet he continued to use his brain to understand where the next one was. Where's the next one? Where's the next one? And the one thing that Goff has asked his coaching staff this year is give me more. Give me more. Don't feel like I'm limited to only so much. Give me more.
From the 13, Gibbs left. Jahmyr Gibbs accelerates into the
He's
end zone.
so
He's
fucking
got the
fast. Holy shit.
His 3rd touchdown of the night.
Nothing better than having tight ends that know how to block here. Sam Laporte or Brock Wright get the motion. They're going to get right. And then you get the wall over here. And then you get about 4-2-5 running right behind that. And there's just not much you can do. Again, set it up to the inside. Made you believe. Bounced it out.
Bates adds the extra point. No one. A little pushing and shoving here. And they'll go to their sidelines. No player in the National Football League this year has more touchdowns than that man. Jahmyr Gibbs to the end zone for the 19th time this year.
He's a dog. He's a motherfucking proud. God damn, he's so fast, bro. He's next level fast. Yes.
Melissa Stark back in Detroit. We've been talking all night long about injuries to this Lions defense. We have a few more to add. Cornerback Terrion Arnold, we saw him being helped off the field, putting zero pressure on his right leg, clearly in a lot of pain. He was very emotional. He was immediately carted off. He is questionable with a foot injury. Also, defensive lineman Pat O'Connor, he is out with a calf injury.
All right, Melissa, so a couple more injuries for a Detroit team that, if they can hold on for 13 minutes, we'll get a week to get some rest, get the bye, and get the #1 seed. Minnesota looking for a fierce comeback here in the fourth. This is a Viking team that has won 9 straight, their longest win streak since 1975. They're trying to grab a #1 seed for the 4th time in franchise history, but they haven't done it since that 15-1 season back in 1998. Since seeding began back in 1975, the Lions have never been the #1 seed. Touchback. Minnesota takes over at the 30. Chris?
Alex Anzalone had a plate put in his forearm. He just got cleared to be able to play, and the Minnesota Vikings really wish that he had not. Run stuffs throughout the course of the day, but his real impact has been in the pass defense. He has done a job on T.J. Hawkinson, someone they probably would not have had an answer for, but for the fact that he returned, and his return alone, everybody says the same thing. He has a way of calming this defense down, and we have seen it tonight along with the big plays.
The Vikings make a quick strike from the 30, going to begin on the ground. Cam Akers cuts back, ducks under, and gets a couple. You mentioned Anzalone returning carbon fiber cast. That's what he put out on social media today.
Everyone wants to be a dog until you have to do some dog
the
shit.
result, and what that carbon fiber cast is covering, everybody wants to be a dog. Well, he has been one and then some here tonight. 2nd and 8. Swing it out. Akers. Anzalone over there with that right arm, punching at the ball to set up 3rd and 5.
Mike, Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison have more deep, big plays than any wide receiver duo in the National Football League. They have 8 touchdowns between them. Tonight, not a single pass over 20 yards deep. It has been the secondary. It has been keeping a lid on it. And it has been a defensive coordinator and Aaron Glenn that had the guts to play those receivers with man coverage.
5 targets for Addison, 8 for Jefferson. 3rd and 5. Lions just bring 4 this time. Still Darnold flushed off the spot. Has to throw it. Flag down in the secondary as the pass is incomplete. Anzalone looking back. He was covering Hawkinson, and I think that's where they may have contact downfield.
Holding. Defense number 34. 5-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
It don't matter. We're up by 8,
it was
7,
anticipated
15 points.
by the Vikings that the Detroit Lions would be very physical like that all night long, and that they sort of budget in a penalty or 2. If you get it, it's okay, but you're going to win a lot more of those battles.
And now yet another Lions defensive player is shaken up, and that's Levi Onwuzurike, one of the few players who's been up front for a good part of the season.
And he leads this team with quarterback hits, so he is somebody who actually has gotten pressure on the quarterback.
Onwuzurike was dealt with back injuries, had a couple of spinal fusions. It was their 2nd-round pick back in 2021.
Yeah, Mike, I think that we've got to begin to see Sam Darnold get the ball out of his hand quickly. Some slants, some little pick plays, some little things to get a couple of catch and runs going, because what has not worked tonight has been the scramble throws. When he's gotten outside the pocket, it has been nothing for the Minnesota Vikings. Just get it out of his hand. Let's get some rhythm throws going.
Akers remains the back. He's going to get a swing here on the outside. And
yeah,
Robertson
some rhythm
comes
throws
through
going, dude.
To knock him down.
This Amik Robertson's made about 3 plays tonight, one down in the red zone to save a touchdown, where he saw something and reacted to it and made a saving tackle or a saving play.
Trying to unlock Justin Jefferson, bottom of the screen, 2nd and 9. Darnold comes back to the middle, broke it up for Hawkinson. And it is Branch.
Dude, our defense is playing out of their fucking minds.
Only one on this defense.
They are gobbling these guys up tonight. You can see the physical presence. Yes, a little tug there, not called at all. But the versatility of these players, the versatility of the Anzalonis and the Brian Branches and the Amik Robertson, all playing a different position than they anticipated playing, coming out here and locking up a very exciting offense.
Vikes have to get to midfield, probably a couple of shots to do it. Here comes the pressure.
Get his ass. Hell yeah, Detroit. Let's fucking go, baby. Out here eating. Fucking eating. Look at Aiden Hudson get into it. Look at him. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Eating on him, bro.
Among others.
So what is happening? Here it is again. This little
what's happening is our defense is playing out of their fucking mind. That's what's happening.
Up because now it's just a one-on-one block on the outside for Cam Robinson, and they're used to getting support.
He's like jumping in at the end, just getting in on it for like no reason. That was fucking great.
They have forced the one-on-ones, and they won the one-on-ones.
Ryan Wright kicks to Khalif Raymond. 49, Raymond hurdling, gets across the 25.
Now, let's score again, obviously, but we don't need to score, dude. If we can, 10 minutes in the clock, if we can take off at least 2 minutes. Let's take off at least 2 minutes with the clock, and I think we'll be
a bunch of guys come in there and do it. And he's watching from the sideline, loving every second of it.
Let's fucking go. That makes me emotional. Woo-hoo, that makes me emotional. Ooh, I gotta hold back a tear from coming out my eye after watching that. Ooh. Ooh, there's a tear about to run down my eye. I can feel it. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I just gotta let it happen. There's no point in fighting it. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Ooh. Ooh, that got me right in the feels. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, nothing to make me tear out quicker than some emotional Detroit Lions shit. Ooh. Ooh, that got me good. Oh, that got me good.
Back in Detroit, where Aiden Hutchinson is on the sidelines for the first time since it's injury week 6. He has been very involved down here, looking at the tablet, coaching guys up, telling them they're playing championship defense. And speaking of championships, you may have heard that he said he'd be back if the Lions are in the Super Bowl. I asked him about that comment. He said, I can't give you a timeline, no promises, but I'm manifesting getting back.
Oh, and Gibbs is gone. Gibbs is fucking gone.
Taking off again. Gibbs with the inside move. Tackled, the ball comes out at the end, and gets on it for Detroit.
Dude, Gibbs is
Long
next
run
level
for
fast,
Gibbs.
bro.
Pushed
Next
out at the
level
end by
fast.
Murphy, but Brock Wright kept hustling.
This is why everybody loves the outside zone, because if it pops, there's nobody left to defend it. And Gibbs is somebody that once he gets a half a step, it is over. People don't catch him. You can see what was happening with Cameron Bynum. He turned and sprinted at an angle like he was chasing Usain Bolt or something. That looked like a lot of the Detroit Lions running game we've seen all year, to be honest with you.
As a 47
We're already in field goal range.
Gibbs goes
Holy
over
shit. Yeah, we
100
won.
yards.
We won this game.
27-yard line. Two of them inside for 4 to the 23. So the Lions here, Chris, tonight have run 55 plays, and Gibbs has had a 25 of the 55.
And he's been brilliant. And the flip side is that Minnesota on the other side is 3 for 14 now on 3rd and 4th downs.
Yeah.
And the red zone's been horrible, right? So all the money downs for Minnesota on offense, they have not made plays. Or the Detroit Lions have made plays on the defensive side. I tell you, if you want to make a case for how to be a head coach, do what Aaron Glenn has done tonight against this offense.
Lots of folks taking notice, as they have the last couple of years, with Glenn, the defensive coordinator. Gibbs, first down, inside the 15.
He's so good.
At the 14 by Bynum. Over 103 straight games. Barry Sanders, the last Lion, to do that.
Just keep letting the clock run off, dude.
And
Just
Gibbs
keep
with
letting that clock run down.
161 yards from scrimmage. That's one more than he had against the Vikings in the first game between these teams.
You know, Mike, sometimes when we do a Steelers game, when the Steelers are playing well and they're beginning to grind it out, and in the fourth quarter, and you can see a team just begin to wear down and sort of right down Mike Tomlin's alley, right, when they're playing like that. That's what it feels like when the Lions get it going, too.
From the 14, keeping it with Gibbs. 5 more to the 19, and Chris, it feels like a wear down the Vikings' third and fourth quarter, and that comes back to an offensive line that has seen Aaron Glenn's defense do the job, and now they're doing their part as they get the ball back after the Vikings are stopped.
Yeah, I think Aaron Glenn deserves a little vacation on the beach there.
He literally looked like he was just chilling. He did, too. He looked like he was
think
just
he's
relaxing.
a confident guy. You know, he said that he called a couple of old friends, including Deion Sanders, to see if they could play cornerback for him or not in this game. And he said, no, I don't think so. But he said, well, I'll play my guys then. And they played really well.
Goff, not much there, so he's going to turn it upfield and try to minimize the loss of yardage. He's going to be out of bounds back at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, you're already in field goal
Should be
range
a credited
anyways.
sack
You're
to
up
Jonathan
15
Bullard.
points. About to make it
Doesn't
18.
get many of them. We'll see if they give him a sack
Make it a
or not.
30-score game.
But third down coming up, and a must-stop here.
That coach looks not happy
Or
because he
Kevin
knows.
O'Connell's
He
team.
knows.
But Kevin O'Connell
He's like,
now
fuck.
is going to have to acknowledge something, and that is that this is an offense that needs to be able to get the ball out of their hands on their side and not allow pressure packages like they've seen tonight out of the Lions to beat them up and force their quarterback to sprint wide.
3rd and 9. Goff throws it complete, short of the first down at the 7-yard line to Laporta. And they got a field goal, makes it an 18-point game, thus a 3-score game. And for the moment, Campbell will leave his offense out there.
All right, I would kick this field goal.
I would also kick this field goal.
Analytics there, as you see. Those folks in question.
I would
Lions
also kick this
went
field
for it
goal,
on
but at the
4th
same
down all the
time, stick with the
What
horse
they
that
did
brought
in
you
the
to the
NFC
dance,
Championship game,
baby.
Up 14 on 4th and 2, up 3 on 4th and 3, and went for it. Lining up to go for it here. And caught him.
Didn't even have to go for it. Let's fucking go. Holy shit, dude. The balls on Dan Campbell.
Good conversation here. Make sure they've all got the same thing. Is it offside on Minnesota and a first down?
Neutral zone infraction defense, number 42. Half the distance to the goal, the yardage is enough for a first down.
All right, it all dates back to Sean McVay. Listen. So turbo set is the activation code. That is when they typically snap the ball. Turbo, the next sound, they snap the ball. They went up there with the dummy snap count on that one, and that time they told the offensive line, we're not snapping the ball. They build it up, turbo set, and after the entire game, the Minnesota Vikings defense had been seeing them go on turbo set. They didn't that time.
And that's the team that goes for it all the time. So, of course, they're going to be going for it on fourth down.
That was genius. That was fucking genius.
And first and goal. And the inside run for Gibbs. Still going.
Get him there. Let's go. No fucking way. Holy shit.
A night to remember. Crown that guy. Ties the Lions record for touchdowns in a game.
You want to describe this offense, here's how you do it. Watch all the guys coming up at the end of this and pushing their offensive teammate into the end zone for the touchdown. We see that time after time, and it has simply been sort of the personification, really, of the spirit of this football team.
Bates adds the extra point for the 64th time, as many as anyone in the league this year. The men from Motown might be staying here in January.
Mike, this look at Amik Robertson is brought to you by Bounty. There it is. What a night by number 21. Amik Robertson matched up against one of the great receivers in the game, maybe in the history of the game, and yet every time he has had to make a play, he has gone toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose on the outside with Justin Jefferson, and he has won. He has a lot to do with why they were willing to go out and play man coverage. Aaron Glenn believed in him. He let him match against Justin Jefferson, and they won this game in large part to the job he did.
Another touchback. Here's Melissa.
Yeah, Mike, Justin Jefferson and Amik Robertson, they go way back. They faced each other in both high school and college in Louisiana. And Justin told me that playing against Amik draws out his competitive spirit, makes him go a little harder. He loves these matchups with the back and forth and the trash talk. And he said Amik is definitely a big trash talker. With a guy like that, you just have to make a couple big plays to shut him up. It doesn't seem like he shut him up tonight.
Robertson's name is going to be talked about a lot coming out of this game, and what he's done, as Chris has detailed throughout this season. Again, free agent acquisition by the Lions, who remade their secondary, which was a weak spot last year. 5:10 to go. And the pass to Hawkinson is erased by
And Anzalone smacked it out at the end there. He's getting up off the ground. He just smacked it out. Just like, fuck you, bro.
Stuff he's done. Brad Holmes, the executive VP, the general manager, guy who's built this Lions team, signed Amik Robertson 2 years, $9 million. You talk about a signing that paid off. Just among the acquisitions and the drafting that this Lions organization has done. Trying to win back-to-back division titles here tonight. Darnold searching for something here. And Sam's going to take off, get a first down, get out of bounds around the 40-yard line. Stopping the clock until the next snap as we're under 5 minutes with 4:35 to go.
You know, they completely redid the cornerback room this year, right? They just did. They brought in Carlton Davis from the Bucs. They brought in Amik Robertson, and they drafted Terrion Arnold. Well, now Amik Robertson's the only one that's left, and he was supposed to play in the slot, but because everybody got hurt, they had to put him outside. And by golly, he's been better outside than he was in the slot, and he was good out there. And then they had Brian Branch that they could substitute back into the slot. So we're in that time of year now where everybody's got to be able to play everywhere, and Robertson's versatility has come up huge here.
What the hell happened?
And the flag is down for delay of game.
Oh, okay. They let that snap go pretty long before they. That was weird.
Delay of game. Offense. A 5-yard penalty. First down.
This Minnesota team's not done by any stretch, Chris, because both of these teams were sensational on the road this year. Minnesota's only loss was in LA, and in that game, they lost their left tackle right before halftime.
But this was the night to get them. With their defense was hurting, they're missing key guys. This was the night to get them, and they didn't have answers.
Here's Naylor for about 8, gets out of bounds. Branch took him there, 4.5 to go. We talked about that injury to Darisaw, their outstanding left tackle, really was the standout guy on their offensive line. Cam Robinson has come in at left tackle and really done a good job for this team. They traded for him right at the deadline from Jacksonville. You don't find left tackles on the side of the road who can come in and do what he's done.
Sure don't.
Darnold, big ball downfield, nothing there.
I mean, this game is literally over, dude. They could go down and score. It doesn't even matter. Oh, why is this stream now fucking up? It's had no problem all night. Now it wants to fuck up. Come on. There we go.
Come in and do what he's done.
Sure don't.
Darnold, big ball downfield, nothing there for Naylor, but there's a flag down around the 41-yard.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Was in LA, and in that game they lost their left tackle.
No, I guess we go with this one. We deal with the weird audio.
Cam Robinson has come in at left tackle and really done a good job for this team. They
Weird.
traded
All
for him
right,
right at the deadline from Jacksonville. You don't find left tackles on the side of the road who can come in and do what he's done.
Sure don't.
This is
Darnold,
the play that it.
big ball downfield, nothing there for Naylor, but there's a flag down around the 41-yard line.
Holding.
Weird.
Defense, number 29. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
That's on Kendall Vildor of the Lions, who's now in as the corner because of the injury to Arnold.
Yeah, he did start weeks 12 and 13 because of some injuries. He's a good player, but got caught on that one. But Mike, You don't take a team that's sort of ravaged at the cornerback position and go, I got an idea. Let's play Justin Jefferson and these guys more man-to-man. Let's just go take them on. That's what they did. And they not only got away with it, it was huge, and they look like they've got a plan now going forward.
Darnold hit as he threw, and that pass looked to be a bounce up to him. Let's see, it's marked as a catch at the 47-yard line. Let's take a peek at that. 4:10 to go. It's good hands down on the ground if he caught it. He
No?
did.
I think that's a
Terrific
catch.
hands from Hawkinson.
I consider that a catch.
Got him underneath. Still in all, Dan Campbell's going to throw a challenge flag.
And Sam Darnold is limping all over the place out there. They're out to look on at him right now.
I mentioned he was getting pressure right in his face as he threw. Taking another peek at
Detroit
this.
is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed catch.
No.
Let's see. We'll see what they
I don't
say.
know.
They look at
That time
Here's
it did
what,
kind of look like maybe it touched the ground and he
they're
kind of
gonna
then
look
scoops
at
up.
in New York.
That view looks like a
it bounced
catch.
from our booth
That
here.
view looked like a catch.
In our angle, but you saw where his hands were underneath. This is what happened as Darnold got his feet tangled inside there and came up limping. We'll check on both after this.
888 Sport, official sponsor of the NFL on Sky Sports.
I'll just stick with this one. Fuck it.
Stopped since she died.
I will never stop.
This is gonna change everything.
We're not losing today.
Say it out loud.
I saved her.
It ends with us.
The best is yet to come in 2025.
I love it.
Go and have the time of your life.
Bye, darling.
See ya.
Panam 103, 270 people killed.
You haven't stopped since she died.
I will never stop. Up until we know the answer to everything. This is restricted. Where did you get it? I just want answers. Gone through the whole case over and over.
He literally has the jersey I
am
want.
not
He has the
complaining.
black.
Why is there so much
Amon-Ra
secrecy
jersey.
around this?
That's so hard.
knew.
I think, you know, after 30 years, now's the time to talk about it.
That's all that matters to me. Something bad is happening now. You can do anything. I know.
Buy or rent Wicked now in Sky Store Premier. 888 Sport, official sponsor of the NFL on Sky Sports.
After review, the ruling of a catch has been determined it was incomplete. Detroit has one more challenge, and they are not charged a timeout.
All right, so that last look from behind, we saw more of the ball bouncing on the ground. So the reset brings it back to 2nd and 10 with 4:20 to go. As Darnold, limping after the last play, hangs in, stays in, and finds Jefferson, who lost the football on the deflection. It's in the hands of Josh
Wait,
Hassel,
what?
who's taking off and out of bounds around the 30. We'll have to determine if it was a catch, fumble, or incomplete. Kendall Vildor knocked it away.
Ruling on the field is a catch, fumbled and recovered by the defense. It's first down, Detroit.
Let's get a look at it.
Ball definitely looked like it got tucked away.
Yeah, no, that was a catch and a fumble, 100%. Yep,
Punch out.
without a doubt.
Does he do something after the catch 1-2?
I don't know. In my opinion, from what they just showed, that caught it, tucks away, takes a step, gets hit. Because that ball, he didn't drop that ball. That ball got punched out.
With control before he loses control. That incomplete pass.
Ball down, takes a step, ball gets punched out.
Incomplete.
Incomplete? What? How is it incomplete if someone punched the ball out? I don't understand.
I can't look at the chain there.
You caught the ball. You had the ball. You took a step with the ball. Ball gets punched out. Incomplete. How is that? That makes zero. Okay, whatever.
Chain came off. Justin found a way to keep going and didn't lose the chain, more importantly.
That makes
you
no
left yours
sense.
at home tonight. Oh, this is under the tie. I didn't check that far. Minnesota tonight, 3 of 12 on third down, 0-4 in this half. And Darnold, that ball comes out.
That may be free.
Jumped on by Anzalone and ruled incomplete.
Again?
So it'll be 4th and 10.
I tell you, we have seen some team effort on the defensive side. Zadarius Smith has filled in and at least given them that one edge rusher, right, that can make a difference.
Zadarius Smith, who was on a 2-win Cleveland team when the trade happened. He came here to a team that was at the top of the NFC and may end the night on top of the NFC as the #1 seed. And this one, snap by snap, is grinding to a halt.
Delay of game. Offense, number 14. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
You know what difference does it even make, dude? They're down by 22. They're down by 22 points with 4 minutes left. Like, what?
That Vikings team a couple of years ago. He goes, these offensive linemen are the same. I know their weaknesses. And maybe he does.
He's a stint with the Bears, shy of the NFC North cycle. He's played for the Packers, the Vikings, and now here, hoping to get a ring with the Lions. 4th and 15. And of course there's pressure coming. And Darnold throws incomplete.
And that's the ball game, folks. Detroit's got to get like a first down or two to be able to run the clock out completely, but that's the game.
Rushing Darnold, who is 18 of 41 on the night.
Like, these are cover zeros here.
Oh,
you don't have time to throw it way down. These guys are running routes all the way down the field. You got to break this off or your quarterback's going to die. They're sending one more than you have blockers. And all night long, Sam Darnold has just been getting hit and hit and hit. I've seen a lot this season. This is a stunning defensive performance by the Detroit Lions.
Greg Reynolds, the back, swung out to Jamison Williams with a flag down.
That was
Williams
a nice little screenplay.
By Cameron Bynum.
Might be a hold though on us, to be honest.
That was Spring and Williams.
Pass interference. Offense number 89. It's a 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Brock Wright, the tight end.
Take a look on the outside against Metellus. Down the field.
Block too soon. So back it up to 1st and 20. And Kevin O'Connell's thoughts of 4 minutes away from, in all likelihood, turning to a game in a place where he was before being the Vikings head coach. LA against the Rams. Greg Reynolds in for Gibbs. Goes down to stay in bounds and gets 18 yards on the carry. So next weekend,
It looks like he's kind of limping a little tiny bit.
Five Horizon. Here is the lineup. First 3 of the AFC games. Chargers, Texans on CBS. Steelers, Ravens on Prime Video. And then Sunday afternoon begins with the Broncos in Orchard Park. And then the NFC wildcard games. Green Bay, Philadelphia on Fox. We're in Tampa for the Commanders against the Buccaneers. It looks like it'll be the Rams going, or rather the Vikings going to the Rams on Monday night. Jamison Williams, same play
Oh,
on
he
the
fell
side,
down.
dives inbounds and forward, but his dive was a little shy of the first down.
Kevin Zeitler came off on the last play holding his right leg, and of course with the score what it is, this is much more significant now. Let's take a look if we can see what happened here. Stretching and reaching and then grabbing in the hamstring knee area. Significant.
Zeitler, who was acquired from the Ravens. Christian Mahogany, who's in the game, started at left guard for the injured Graham Glasgow against Chicago a couple of weeks ago.
Timeout. Detroit.
And Zeitler is the guy that does so much of the pulling. You'll see him a lot of times coming from the backside and leading Gibbs and leading Montgomery on some of those pulling plays across the formation. I guarantee you, Campbell is worried about that.
Well, next week we go to Florida, to Tampa Bay, and this was the week 1 matchup. And Tampa Bay beat Washington, but a very different Washington team now with Jaden Daniels. We saw them clinch their playoff spot last Sunday night, and they will take on the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, NFC South champs for the 4th time. 7:30 Eastern football night in America will get us going. And we'll have the game in our normal Sunday night time slot from Tampa. Bucks and Commanders. We saw the playoffs a few years ago when Washington was the Washington football team at that point, back in the COVID season. Well, Ben Johnson and the Lions, now albeit at extra games, 17 games, but still a new record is set, whatever number you get to. They're shy of that 2013 Broncos with Peyton Manning for the 2nd most touchdowns in the season in NFL history.
And they're 3 away. Well, they're definitely going to get that.
It's so funny. You feel like this Lions offense really didn't have a great game, and you look up and there's 31 points on the board. You know, I mean, that's the kind of standard that they have lived up to this entire season.
And we hit the 2-minute warning here at Ford Field. By the way, that prior catch by Jamison Williams got him to a 1,000-yard season. In case you were wondering, why is Williams in the game? Why were they throwing to Jamison? That's maybe part of it. Like we saw with Mike Evans in Tampa.
Was that great or what? That was fantastic.
I was scared for the Bucs for just a second at that point, but as he tied Jerry Rice's record for 1,000-yard seasons. So we saw Sam Darnold limping a play or so ago, and immediately thoughts go to, okay, who's the backup? Well, Nick Mullins is the backup, but there's Daniel Jones, who was the starter for the Giants. And remember, as things fell apart with the Giants and he left there, Minnesota acquired him. Kevin O'Connell just kind of got him ready and just in the bullpen, and he could be in a position to come in when they get to the playoffs. J.J. McCarthy was supposed to be the starting quarterback for this team this year at some point, but he got injured in the first preseason game. And Chris, the lengthy conversation going forward, whenever this Vikings season ends, will be what's next at quarterback for Minnesota.
Yeah, and if you're Sam Darnold, you go, what else do you want out of me, right? He's been nearly perfect this entire season, and yet we are talking about multiple quarterbacks that may end up being his replacement a year from now.
Ivan Pace comes to get Reynolds, a loss of a yard back to the 30-yard line. JJ's rehab from the knee injury has gone well, according to all accounts. He's been fully immersed in meetings. And when we talk to the Vikings about it, hey, is this a problem? What are you going to do next year? Well, maybe it's not a problem. Maybe you just franchise Darnold and you have the 2 quarterbacks. You take another year to figure it out.
You literally have to see what happens. How much will somebody else offer Sam Darnold? That is going to be very much a part of the equation. They could tag him, they could keep him, but they're also loading up in case they can't keep him.
3rd and 8, Reynolds the run for a couple of yards. Chance to remind you, Chevrolet postgame is coming up. Melissa's going to interview the stars of the game, and we'll look ahead to our wild card game in Tampa between the Commanders and the Buccaneers. Lions are going to let this clock run down, take the most time off the clock. They've got a guy backing up Jared Goff again in Teddy Bridgewater, who coached a state high school champion in Miami at his alma mater. then came back to the Lions a few weeks ago. He was here last year and is enjoying the atmosphere here tonight as the Lions are a snap away from wrapping up the number 1 seed in the NFC North title.
All I can think about is who's going to come in here and beat these guys.
By Reynolds, and he is just short of it.
Damn.
And will not get the first down. It belongs to the Vikings with 20. The clock should have stopped. It was a 4th down run. It didn't. We'll get that sorted out here.
Yep, they just said Vikings ball, so it will be reset.
Minnesota going to L.A.
You hear people, no,
face the Rams on Monday night. And Jared Goff will lead this offense off the field to a nice hand from this crowd.
To a nice hymn from this crowd.
And in a mocking way, some of the Lions fans doing the Vikings skull chant as well. The joy of divisional rivals, right?
I mean, this has been an impressive year for these guys. The Kansas City Chiefs are the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're tremendous. And they're going to be the favorite, but close behind based on how many people they were missing, what this defense looked like.
They just took a knee.
And what they were able to do.
That's crap. I don't think I've ever seen that. The losing team take a knee. Just like, all right, let's just get this over.
Just one of the most impressive coaching performances I've seen all year.
Good job, great team. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Might see him in 2 weeks for a playoff rematch right back here. The Detroit Lions.
Oh, great job, great season. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
With an exclamation point. Win 15. They're the number 1 seed, and they repeat as NFC North Division champions. The road to the Super Bowl in the NFC comes through Detroit.
Yes, sir.
For the first time. Final score tonight, Lions 31, Vikings 9. The Chevrolet postgame comes up.
Let's go.